So I want a $500 horsepower Subaru for $5,000. How do I do it?
What a funny joke.
Last time you were funny. Today when you made fun of me.
So we just say, like, we identify as Steven, because then it's being politically correct.
Sexually identify as a 1997 Ford Taurus. How dare you?
The last time that exploded,
Jerry.
it went 150 feet back at Rocky Mountain by Haunted House.
Crispy.
That was nice and fresh.
Ah, yes. Again, from the land of sky blue waters.
Good old hams.
Damn right.
We like it.
Where does hams come from? I've never even heard of it.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's
Hams
all right.
is good. Hams
Yeah.
is really good.
Okay, I guess
Yeah.
I'm the odd one out here.
It finally, So, before we
Welcome,
get,
everybody.
Yeah,
this
welcome.
is the CAMcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Good old professor keeping this thing on the rails as best we can.
Well, we'll derail it soon enough. Don't worry.
Yes, we will. Yes, as mentioned, that is the professor. I am Mike, fearless leader, and then we are joined by not one but two guests. We have Rick and Michael Pumpkin Nielsen from RallySport Direct.
no one knows me.
Everybody knows you.
I'm internet famous.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
internet famous.
Yeah, Rick's internet famous, and Pumpkin is, I mean, he's a myth.
Yeah,
He's,
that's true.
he's a legend.
You know how they have like D-list, like B-list, D-list celebrities? I'm like a D-list internet celebrity.
Yeah,
So, at least I'm on the table.
you're there.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's like a long ways up towards like actually making money.
But I mean, you're. I mean, you can't
But
win the game unless you're in the game.
I did get a free drink today.
Ooh,
See, so
Yeah.
it's already paying off.
Wow.
there you go.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky
That's why I milked
you.
it.
Must be nice.
Yeah, you're moving on up, man.
I
Yeah,
know.
man.
You're higher than I am.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody knows who I am. They just don't buy me anything. They just talk shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
I
how it
mean,
goes. That's about how it goes.
Yeah.
yep. So, yeah. As you can see, it's Dad has abandoned us yet again, for whatever his reason is,
I'm sure he'll blame it on quote end quote work.
or whatever. And Gavin has been crippled by a new GT350 Mustang.
And no, he wasn't hit by it.
No, he was driving the car, so the new Mustangs will hurt you regardless of whether or not you're outside of the car or in it.
It'll hurt you in other ways.
Yep.
Man.
I mean, not emotionally.
They're
not,
adapting.
Not,
Oh God.
now they're actually they've evolved to hurting people on the inside.
It's the European in them.
Yep. They just went straight from just hitting you as you're leaving Cars and Coffee to
But
just cutting real deep.
a testament to the car's performance?
I mean,
I wonder if
I
it's
would
a
say that's a
testament to
pretty good-
Gavin's poor seating position inside a GT350, but
it could be a little from column A and a little from column B.
But you can spin it any direction you want.
we
Exactly.
totally can.
But you know what? We'll go ahead and say Gavin's a god amongst men, and the car is just too much for him, or something. I don't know.
Wow.
The car wants to kill you, no matter what. Whatever.
I'm
Has
okay
a
with
thirst
that.
for blood.
We'll take
Yes, a thirst
He's
for
just
blood.
a baby. I daily a Subaru WRX on BC coilovers
Ooh, look at
I
you.
would never do that.
and bucket seats.
Ooh.
I mean- I daily a slammed Golf, so
How is that still running?
because it's got an engine 15 years newer than a car.
A healthy combination of magic and witchcraft.
I'm the professor. I think that's the only answer we need.
And how many lights are on your dash?
Well, it didn't wire in the check engine light.
That's
the only
smart.
light that
Smart.
actually
very,
works
very wise. Yeah.
Yes.
related to the engine is the oil pressure light. Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
Perfect.
Is that OBD1?
No, it's actually OBD2.
Oh.
Fun stuff.
Indeed. We have a rather light agenda because we had to make way for a guest, So, but racing things happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
Several of them.
Things.
Yes. Since Dad is not here, but we do have somebody else from the Utah Formula One fans Facebook group.
And it's not me.
Yeah.
No.
You
This
definitely
is so
know a lot.
outside my wheelhouse.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
Rick actually
I'm
doesn't
gonna
like
learn.
F1.
I didn't.
And I'm not too far behind you, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Just
You're like cheating on your phone.
I do this every week.
yeah.
You won
I'm
Silver
looking stuff
Stone.
up while we're talking about it. I'm like, oh, really?
I watched-
Oh, yeah.
I watched the old documentary on Ayrton Senna, if that helps,
There we go. That,
And,
that counts.
and Lauda and
Yeah.
whatever else his name was.
That movie.
That
Yeah.
one movie.
Rush.
Yeah,
Yep.
Rush. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. And I did watch the Sylvester Stallone on Indy. So I feel like I feel like I can.
You
hold
are
my
well
own
versed in
here.
all forms
Yeah.
of open wheel racing.
Yes, that's all. It's all you need, people.
There you go.
Yeah,
In no time, he'll be picking up quarters with the back tire of an Indy car.
Yep.
dude, I try it in my car all the time.
That's why there's skid marks and donuts all over the parking lot at RSD.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm internet famous. I'm going to do a Ken Block.
Gonna do a Ken Block.
I'm going to do me a number 43. Hey, guys, check this out.
I mean, you have the correct vehicles at your disposal for any generation of Ken Block.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do the Ken Block thing if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do some like budget, like Gymkhana knockoff.
Yeah, that's
Like
why I've got
that-
my Outback.
Perfect.
Like that one dude who did it like an 04, like 2.5 RS with
Yeah.
4
That was
donuts.
actually pretty
Yeah,
well done.
that was-
Yeah.
that was
pretty
really
That was
well done.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude had some skill.
That was great.
If I remember right, it was bright red too.
It
I
was.
getting
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
baby driver
It was
out of that.
Baby Driver
Hey,
before
maybe that's
Baby
where they got
Driver.
their
Maybe that's where they got
Yeah.
the idea from. You never
Edgar
know.
Wright just poking around on YouTube late at night.
He's like, what is it? Who is this?
I've got this idea, guys.
Hear me
Sit
out.
down. Let me
Hear
tell you
me
about
out.
this.
And smoke bombs.
Yes, lots of smoke machines. We're gonna burn so much mineral oil on screen. Oh, guys, you don't even know.
The entire budget is going to be mineral oil,
Yes.
and it'll be all
Because
on
the
screen.
Subaru's paid for.
And 5-speed transmissions.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only unrealistic thing I can see about that whole so I'm like I didn't even see the movie. I just saw the preview and I see this like WRX flying around. You know, he's like just slamming through the gears. I'm like, I know that transmission just wouldn't be able to handle that.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I don't know.
They'll
Maybe.
Just cry.
I mean, I guess I've never broken a 5-speed, and I've had a bunch of 5-speeds, and I've never broken one. But I've
Unlike Krill.
growing up, my swap buddy, we got a bunch of like spare transmissions, and he went through like all of them within like 2 months.
really?
Yeah, just because he was like flat foot shifting, and you know,
Well-
I mean, driving the car like you'd want to,
Like
but
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
Man.
Good thing those 5 speeds are only $300 a pop.
this is true.
Yeah.
They are really cheap, which is nice.
I got my whole 5-speed swap for my Outback for like $350.
Yeah,
That was diff, drive shafts,
everything.
trans, shift linkage.
Yeah.
flywheel.
So people at home, if you have a Subaru, go beat on your 5-speed because it's cheap to replace.
Yeah, they're everywhere, man.
Yeah,
So-
and then only go to junkyards in Salt Lake to get them because I have a certain location in Utah County that you shouldn't go to.
Yeah, stay away from Utah County.
Stay away
Why?
from that junkyard. That's my junkyard.
Oh, gee, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I guess we're getting
That's your
territorial.
Gotta.
I gotta make sure that I
Hey,
keep my
man.
parts on lock.
I see
When
what's
I-
going on here.
Yeah.
When I had my Supra, I found 2 of the same generation turbo Supras next to each other. I took a picture and I waited until I had claimed everything I could possibly get off of them and helped a
What?
couple dudes pull an R154 out of one of them. And then I posted up in a Facebook group.
So
and I'm
that must have been the older generation.
yeah, it was the Mark
Yeah.
III.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm like, when you said R154, I'm like, oh, I know that. That's
Yep.
like hooked up to the 7M, right?
Yep.
See, I know stuff.
There
Like,
you go.
Dude, we're talking open wheel racing right now, and I'm right up there with you guys.
I mean, really, we haven't touched on it at all.
Hey,
We-
shh, 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 shh.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, okay. I'm
Okay.
just gonna zone out here for the
Okay.
next 10, 15.
you can just stare awkwardly into the camera if you'd like.
And
There you
Punkin, we invite you to totally nerd out on the
Yes.
Formula One shenanigans
Yes.
And theories.
and theories.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love theories.
Hit
and
me with-
conspiracies. Oh goodness.
Hit me with your hot takes, big boy.
Yeah.
You want a theory?
Yes.
Is that Sauber right now is regretting buying Honda engines for next year.
Yes, they are.
Why?
I think everybody's regretting buying Honda
Because-
anything.
Well, because even the Honda street cars are not that reliable now either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything's gone down.
I know what it is. They've stopped building cool NA motors and they've started chucking turbos on everything.
Do you guys,
And they got
do you
rid of
guys hear
VTEC.
that sound in the distance of autistic screeching?
Yes.
yeah.
It's going,
yeah.
"Ah!"
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Somebody just threw kitty litter at somebody else.
I think that's what that was.
That's
The other thing is that Lewis Hamilton is now left it inconclusive. He's kind of dropped a maybe kind of bomb that he may retire at the end of this year.
interesting.
Someone asked him, and he said that he's open to it. He's not against it,
All right.
so he'd maybe bounce out.
Yeah. I mean,
Ferrari says that they don't want Alonso back.
well, nobody
so-
wants Alonso
Yeah,
back.
that's fair.
Nobody wants Alonso except for McLaren. And even then,
no.
We're really stretching the definition of want to its breaking point.
If you want to go back a couple races, was Alonso said that at a press conference that McLaren needs to win by September, and then they won the Raft race. And then guess who's stuck in McLaren now? Alonso. He didn't specify that they actually had to win an F1 race.
Hey, man. Got to be real specific with it.
But, no, the Silverstone race was actually a pretty good race.
Yeah.
You had the Toro Rossos in lap 1 go after each other.
Just
Kvyat, who's the new Pastor Maldonado.
just getting real buck with it.
Slams into the side of Carlos Sainz. Then he complains that it's Sainz' fault.
Which
Kvyat got the points.
Yeah.
He's 3 points away from being banned from a race.
Ooh.
He has to wait until the U.S. Grand Prix this year before he's in the clear.
Come on, Daniel.
Oh, do I believe he'll do it?
Yeah. Make us proud. Get that ban.
Hopefully he can recreate Spa and just ram into a couple other cars.
Yes. And then Julian Palmer didn't even start. He pulled off on the parade lap.
Yep, on the formation lap, the car just pulled off to the side. Hydraulic problems.
That was rough.
He's one step away from being out of a seat because Robert Kubica plans on coming back. He's actually already done 2 races.
Really?
Not 2 races, two
tests. Yeah.
One was in a 2013 car.
Yeah, it was.
And then last week he did one in the current car. And they said that he's pretty efficient and that he could actually come back and race if he really wanted to. Well, and he's the F1 champion that could have been had he not gotten to that rally car crash.
Yeah, which was
that kind of this like X-made like anyone from doing anything extracurricular outside of the season.
Yeah, now everybody's just doing their one thing and that's it. But
yeah, Silverstone was a good race. The last 2 laps, you saw Ferrari fall.
Yes.
Kimi had a front left tire failure.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Vettel the lap after get a front left tire failure. Kimi still finished on the podium because luckily he was on hanger straight, so he was able to get into the pits right away. But Vettel
he
was just barely going around corner 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And then it went out, then he had to go, and he ended up 7th. So now the championship, there's only 1 point lead for Vettel.
Wow.
With Hungary in 2 weeks, and then it goes on to the summer hiatus.
So things are getting very interesting. I like it.
The drama.
Yes.
Liberty Media has done a good job, though, this year.
Oh, it's great.
New ownership.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this, I think, last week or a week before. Like, I don't record the races. I don't necessarily go out of my way to watch them. Like, if they're on NBCSN, I'll turn it on and watch
Which I avoid.
Yeah, I'm lazy enough to where it's like, hey, it's on TV. Cool. And then, drink my coffee as I watch a race at 7 in the morning. But
I will tell you my problem with NBC Sports doing F1 racing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with the Indy cars or whatever. They like to do a lot of sound effects.
Yeah.
When you see a guy like kind of break loose, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Like,
snapped on him.
Yeah, it's like,
no.
It's like, react, but don't use your words.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
That's American media coverage.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to get like the European soccer announcers to do American F1 with that that enthusiasm.
The South American dudes who are just like losing their minds at everything.
Yeah.
What about the voice people from MXC?
Yes,
that would be entertaining.
I think those are the guys going, oh, hey.
they just like they have like a little MIDI keyboard and they're just like,
right, you are Ken.
Oh, I missed that show. I can't remember the last time I watched that.
Now back to Guy Lelouch.
Remember when Whacked Out Sports used to be hilarious, and now it's just kind of like the shell of its former self.
Yeah. MXC, like last time I went into Simply Sushi, they just had it on a loop.
I think that's the best part about Simply Sushi.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible sushi, but you have MXC going on.
That's all right.
And it's all you can eat sushi, so
it's
that's not necessarily...
It's about the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And if you take back the terrible part about the sushi, maybe we can get a partial sponsorship.
So
it's middle-of-the-road sushi.
Do you feel like the MXC like adds to the value?
Has
added value.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes it feel authentic.
Yeah, it definitely adds something, when Esteban's back there making me a roll.
And then should be MXC version of like something with cars.
Yeah.
That would be entertaining.
We can make that happen.
I almost feel like BMI would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I would say the old option videos, but
Yeah.
those are just amazing in and of themselves.
Yeah, you can't ruin that.
No,
like,
the
you
op-
can't. It's like
no,
it's like
the-
that's yeah,
The option videos, they're sacrosanct. You can't do anything
Yeah.
with them.
yeah,
Best motoring and hot version, though.
yeah. You could do whatever
Yeah.
you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that they're ripe for it.
What's funny is like I watched all the Japanese version. I had no idea what they were saying, but I kind of got it.
Oh yeah,
You know, it's like,
I got the gist
get
of it.
It's just based off their reactions. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, that was authentic.
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's even better than I am.
No, I have to be in like the right mood though. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like, nah. I feel like when I'm
Drink
being
your beer.
recorded, like it's hard to be, because then I feel like, oh, is that racist? Like to do, it's a little bit, right?
On,
Yeah,
on
a
Facebook
little.
Live, you said something about rednecks.
But rednecks, that's my.
Yeah.
That's
You
our
can't be racist against your own.
that's
race.
our Well,
Those are my
I mean,
peeps.
yeah,
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like
It's
more
weird.
acceptable to be, to make fun of rednecks because they're rednecks, and like that could be me. Like that could be me
So
if I.
I have a screenshot of someone on the Instagram was actually upset. They're all redneck is a racial slur,
Yeah.
and someone's all, I'm from the South. Hell no, it's not.
But again, it's like, it is like being like politically correct and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, maybe redneck is. I don't think it is, but like I think doing like a Japanese, like a mocking Japanese voice, I do it at home.
We just call it English.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Back from the Bundle.
Oh, that South Park has ruined me on that.
Yes.
Oh, that was a fantastic tangent.
Yes, it was. It was glorious.
So, reining this one back in.
Yes.
WEC at the Nürburgring.
Yes, Porsche went on to do some more winning.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
They're the only ones left in there.
it's them and
Pretty
Toyota.
much.
But Toyota had some sort of problem. I didn't quite read up on it. But they had a sudden loss of, they were doing well in qualifying and practice, and then during the race, speed dropped off. So, but Porsche went 1 and 2 overall. So, there you go. I mean, that's really all we're going to be talking about on that one. Because I'm not really wanting to dive into the GT stuff. That's just too much. Way too much going on. Yep. IndyCar was up in Canada.
Canadian. Canadian.
Yep.
Oh, up there in the Toronto, don't you know?
Oh, Come
Back
on.
up there at the Great White North there, yeah, he, don't you know?
Yeah, which
All
was
those toke weird hosers, yeah, he.
yeah.
Jen, I lived in Canada for a year.
Really?
What's that?
I lived in Canada for a
Oh,
year.
rad.
Yeah.
How was
Nice.
it? Hanging
That
out
was
with
an
you?
illegal.
Yeah, as an illegal. Yeah, I had to leave the country once
Yeah.
every 6 months, but it was good. It was really good. It was really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
I hear it's pretty country up there.
Yeah, I was in BC.
Okay.
Nice.
And,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice, but
Yeah. So it's like Washington, but colder.
Yeah.
it's like Washington but better.
Oh.
Yeah, because especially if you're right on the coast, then it's just beautiful. Like
Well, okay.
I think it snowed like once. It was most of the time just very warm, very pleasant. People are super nice.
Cool.
Wow, the pizza showed up faster than the thing said it would.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Thank
really
you.
cool. Thank you, Jeff.
That smells delicious.
Well,
Oh, yes. We got a few things going on. Real quick for IndyCar, Joseph Newgarden got himself a much-needed win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Finally pulled it out.
he really needed a win.
I get jokes.
Yep. Yeah, man. There are a lot of people who really needed a win, and Newgarden was one of them. And thankfully, he managed to pull it off.
Yay.
Yep. He managed to hold off Alexander Rossi, America's former Formula One hope.
So sad how that went down.
Yeah.
Does America have any Formula One hopefuls?
Nope.
We got nothing.
The last person who had the chance was Rossi, and he actually only did. Oh no, he raced once for Manor.
Yes, he took one start. And
One
then
start, and that was in the U.S. Grand Prix,
Yes.
and that was actually entertaining.
There we go.
Can we just
Yep.
eat this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
So just to
Flip it
let
open
everyone
and-
know out there, I'll look directly into the camera. They are treating me very well.
Yes.
As you can see, they are feeding me.
We don't have a newspaper for you to hold up for real proof of life, but
we'll just
Is this corn on this pizza?
no, that is not corn. That is feta cheese.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Yes.
I don't know that we would scare people by putting.
No.
It just looked it looked very yellow.
Pizza.
Is that barbecue over
what's the
there?
one on the
It's
far
a
side?
barbecue chicken pizza, and then we have cheese bread in the middle, and then we have
Okay, well, I'm just gonna help myself.
Yeah, man.
Get it. Get it done, man.
got paper towels for you.
I'll be doing mine in a little bit. I gotta
Yeah.
let my stomach still settle.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Fortunately.
I got two down with the sickness. Wah!
perfect.
That was good.
That was.
I'm here all week.
Yeah. So we've also had NASA Utah this weekend.
Oh, that
Hey,
was this
yeah,
weekend.
we had a
Yes,
whole bunch of local stuff going
we
on.
had a
this weekend,
thing.
didn't we?
Let's see. Makes and models was. Brendan and Toby were there racing an ST2. Unfortunately, it's still just them in class, which is kind of not fun. But
Yeah, when you're racing against yourself, that doesn't really.
it was just. They're racing against each other, but when
When you're the same team,
yeah, and when also
Kinda
like
takes
you're
the fun out of
dealing
I
with
won the
some of
class at a one-race team.
You know what they call that?
What?
Time attack.
Ooh.
Ooh,
damn,
the savagery.
Rick with the knowledge right here.
Well, you got to spin things to
yeah.
like make it sound better.
Yeah. But Brendan kept battling Reardon Racing's Daring Jorgensen, who was on GTS 3, I believe, and his M235IR, which will be getting a livery and a cam sticker just in time for World Challenge next month. So
Blown up.
got that going on for us, which is nice.
Yay!
Yep.
I still
gonna
have the
be
purple
popular.
CAMautoMag sticker on my car.
You still do?
Yeah, I still got the purple one.
Good.
Yay!
Special edition, baby.
I like
In-
it.
And Pumpkin's
one
like
of one?
tells all of his Subaru friends about you guys.
Good.
Yeah.
And all of his 67 Instagram followers.
Did you tell him after I called out that one dude in the automatic Forester for double parking behind a handicap stall?
Oh, yeah, that was entertaining.
That was a fun day. That was a...
Did he have it?
No, so I was at a meet at Sugar House Park. It was a Utah Japanese Classic thing, just a little get-together.
This was like, what, a couple years
It
ago?
was a couple years ago, and this dude comes down, because Sugar House Park, it's all that, know. Yeah. So he's coming, and we're in one of the parking lots, kind of on the east side of the park. So he's coming down the hill, just in first gear, just that thing is, just being loud and annoying because...
He had an exhaust on it.
Straight pipe,
Yeah.
because
that's
why
cool.
not?
Oh, that's even better.
Like you do.
Know.
When you own an NA Forester, you
you got to make up for it somehow.
you lock it in low, you put unequal length garbage headers on it, and you put fence tubing all the way out past the bumper.
That's how you make
There
power.
go.
A healthy combination
Noise
of
equals
eBay...
power.
A healthy combination of eBay and the Home Depot were his power adders that day.
beautifully executed on that vehicle.
Yep. So he pulls in. Him and his friend, they do a lap of the parking lot in their cars, mind you.
Gotta represent.
Gotta.
Represent.
And then
Gotta represent.
yeah, and then
He was ahead of his time.
He was ahead-
Keep going though.
he was ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
So then there were two handicap stalls, and they were both occupied. So he does what any self-respecting human being would do, and he just parks right behind those handicap stalls, so those people cannot get out. And then he
Nice.
gets out, and he slowly wanders through the parking lot. I'm assuming just passing judgment. Oh no, several of us just stared him down as he was doing this.
He was probably thinking, I'm such a badass. Look at all these people looking at me.
Yeah, so
I bet they just wish that they could have a cool car like I have.
yeah, what are these guys thinking with their
Women-
Datsuns and their classic Toyotas?
Right. Women want me and men want to be me is what he was. As like everyone was staring at him. Like that may have sometimes I really do think that's what people think. Though.
Yeah.
Like
So I then did the most logical thing I could do. Someone who is not necessarily averse to confrontation, but not wanting to instigate a confrontation.
kicked his car.
I took a picture of his car, and then I wrote something very shitty about him on the internet, which then got back to him, and I guess got shared in some Facebook groups, and people
Yes.
were not happy.
Yeah, the internet is very swift justice when
Yeah.
it needs to be.
Yeah, it
As far
was.
as I'm concerned, that was A+ spades all around.
Yeah. Oh, and then he sold it, and one of the pictures in his for sale ad was him like hanging out the window, trying
he
to
have-
ghost ride.
Did he have the steering wheel
No.
in hand?
Thankfully, don't think he could afford the quick release. So
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I was gonna
expensive
say,
at like
when you're,
$38.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When your mods list starts with HID headlights and an NRG quick release hub.
Wait, what color was the Forester again?
Silver.
Silver? Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
not
I
a
was
common
about to think
silver.
about it was that green one that threatened AJ.
Yeah,
No.
we had a similar bro, probably their buddies or something, and
I'm seeing a trend.
that
That's why legacy owners are way cooler. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
well, they're usually at the dog park,
Or,
going
you know,
to the rallies,
Chasing other women.
Right, that's what I mean. And by rally, I didn't mean the dirt kind.
No.
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
help-
no, they've
But
got their cardboard signs, and they're on the bottom steps of the courthouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been a proud legacy wagon owner, so I'm
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
I've
but
got
anyway-
3 of the damn things. Holy
right.
shit!
Yeah,
Oh, I
no, they're good, and
drove
they're very
mine
low
into the
key.
ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yes.
So yeah, we had I guess someone like that with a big straight pipe out the back of their car.
Of course.
One of the employees at our work decided to comment on Facebook, and we ended up getting I wouldn't call them death threats, but
but, a
violent
threat.
but physical harm threats.
Some good old fashioned hate mail.
Some good old yes
Like wanted to recreate the discount tire return commercial.
yeah
Okay.
Wow.
yeah. So that went over well.
I bought this ISR straight pipe from you guys, and you're talking crap about it. Now I want to throw it through your window.
That's
Yeah.
fence post from Lowe's. What are you
yeah,
talking
he would
about?
have to. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not.
No. So,
pass me one of those delicious looking pizzas.
Bro. I hate
yeah, dude.
this.
Take a swing, buddy.
Do your thing, right?
Oh, no.
Ooh, yeah. There you go. Get it, girl. Yes. Yeah. Ooh, that is just.
You look so good when you eat that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep. This is what we're here for.
So I'm going to just
anyway.
say, I know this is terribly convoluted, having to hold a mic in one hand and eat pizza in the other.
Yeah.
With our new studio,
There will be.
there are mic stands. I have arms, spring-loaded arms.
I don't mind holding the mic. I just
So-
want a pizza stand.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, hey, you know what? Pizza stands. I'll work on that, guys.
there we go.
Thank you.
We'll make it happen.
Thank you. The official RSD pizza stands
Yes.
on the CAMcast.
Just have it on a conveyor belt, pedal powered.
Yeah.
We'll sponsor it. We'll sponsor the pizza stand.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Perfect.
Yes. The CAMcast Pizza Stand, sponsored by RallySport Direct. I love it.
Perfect. I mean, it's got legs. Let's let it stand.
Ha ha.
Ah.
Anyway, back to the NASA Utah thing real quick. Makes and Models was not out there. They are cooking up something that is going to be very interesting, and I hear rumors of them wanting to do World Challenge with their
rumors.
new pickups. So, at they're looking at picking up multiple cars. So, that would be awesome. Let's see.
Down to watch that.
Oh yeah, it's something. Yeah.
What does DXDT plan on doing about that?
DXDT? They're going. I don't know. They're still going to do Super Trofeo and be weird about things.
Okay, that's
I mean,
what I thought.
well, listen.
I know your love for them, but that's why I had to bring it up.
Listen, I wish them all the success, and I'm glad they at least responded to being called out on the internet for doing something very dumb. And I also admire their hubris in thinking that I would not see that.
Rick, just so you know, is that they used one of his pictures and they cropped out his watermark.
Not only did they crop, so it was a photo.
Wait, back up. Who
okay,
did this?
DXDT Racing.
I don't know who that is.
They
Oh.
are a local race shop. They've been around for a little bit.
They're the Bruce Wayne compared to the Iron Man.
Yeah. So they started a few years ago. They bought an old R8 LMS Ultra, one of the V10 R8s, after Makes and Models had their V8 R8 LMS. So the pissing contest had begun.
Cool.
So then they wanted to do Pirelli World Challenge Sprint X, the first year that it was a thing, which is some weird hour and a half sprint endurance thing, but they kept having transmission problems with their car. But this year they picked up some Super Trofeo spec Lamborghini Huracans. They have, I think, a 4-car team, or at least I've seen 4 cars with the DXDT
Nice
logo.
budget options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are doing Sprint X, but they're doing it in a brand new Mercedes AMG GT GT3. So,
Also flying under the radar.
Yep, So, but what they've been doing is they've been using some of the NASA stuff for just kind of to get some of their drivers seat time, because Super Trofeo is a gentleman series, And by gentleman series, I mean it's something where you just have to have enough money to pay for a car and your season entry fee, and then you can do whatever the hell it is you want. So they've been using those to get some of their guys seat time, and I had a photo of 2 of their cars going through turn 1, but both of them were behind the makes and models Super Trofeo Hurricane, which, there's a fun story about me calling that car a Super Trofeo car, and somebody at DXDT very vociferously disagreeing with me. But
I mean, like you do.
Like you do when you've been spending a lifetime racing in the desert and just having the sun bake you. So, what they did is they took that photo, they cropped it so the makes and models car was not seen, but the problem was it was kind of in the back. Like, you could still kind of see it. And by doing that, they also cropped out my watermark. So we called them out, and then it was very, I got some kind of weird backhanded apologies. So, but, I mean...
The sorry, not sorry apology. Yeah.
With the proclivity of images on the internet, it's hard to know what the air quote rules are for shit, So
damn right.
Yes.
You have all this money and you couldn't have your own photographer.
Oh, they've done this before with other people. So.
Yeah.
But I think you're forgetting one thing. These are gentlemen racers, and I feel like you're being a little bit too hard on them. As not a gentleman yourself.
Oh, no.
You're not.
No, I'm kind of like Charles Oakley with Charles Barkley.
Yes.
That's great. Charles Oakley would just slap around Charles Barkley, and he would say, no, I can go around Barkley. Barkley can't come around me. That's kind of how it is with DXDT. I can go around them. They can't come around me. So that's kind of where we're at.
Good.
Fair enough.
Your move, holy man.
I'll be nice to them. I wish them all the success in the world because, more local people having success at various levels of racing. But,
Moral of the story, kids, don't be dickbags.
Yeah. Just, we'll let you share whatever it is you want. Just, mention us. Tag us, all those fun things.
Yeah, don't beat those
I
guys.
have the joys of that too. When I've been posting on Facebook for RallySport.
Oh yeah.
There's people who steal other people's picture. Hey, post up your car. Someone's all like, hey, this is my car. And they're like, oh, it's pretty sweet. So then later on, I'll share that photo, and people will come out and say, hey, that's actually my car.
Yeah.
And they get called out. Yeah, it's entertaining. The internet is a very fun place.
It's even more fun when you're the middleman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, that's good.
Oh, I go back and screenshot exactly how it's posted.
Yeah, and it's just like, this is how it happened. This is what we got.
You can't be that guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
social justice warriors.
Don't be that guy. That's all it is, man.
Damn Tumblr.
Oh,
hey,
Tumblr.
Respect my pronouns.
Fine, whatever. Anyway, other NASA Utah stuff. Spec Z on Saturday was insane. They had their own race group. Richard.
Finally.
They've had it the last few months.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, and it's been. It was looking like Richard Fitzgerald was going to go wire to wire, and then somehow, out of nowhere, with his weird Eastern European magic, Arthur Golubowski got around him, got in first. And then Richard was fighting to stay on the podium and then spun out in turn 5 and almost came back and hit Chad Alders. Chad just barely ducked underneath him. Like it was inches, and I'm sitting there in a photo stand yelling and screaming like a maniac.
Awesome.
Yep.
I've been seeing that with a lot of Spec Zs. It's like to try to go off course and hit each other.
I mean, where you used to see this with Miatas, you're now seeing it with Zs because, it's... The Spec Z is where you want to go because it's still a growing group here. The rule set is still kind of growing and evolving, whereas Spec Miata, there are more cars out there, but the rules they're set in stone. Like they may have come down on the mountain with Moses, So, but yeah. So I mean, you've got people in there like you have. Some of the life guys who are doing really well. You have Arthur, whose car is not actually fully built to spec, and he just, out of nowhere, just pulls off a win. Then you've got rookies in there, like Vincent Meyer is now racing in Spec Z. Got his first podium a couple months ago. He's been doing pretty good. Then you have Jan God love Jan, but Jesus, she is the back marker. God love Jan. The love that she's out there every weekend.
Here's the thing: you need the back markers.
Oh,
Every racing series needs back markers.
Yep. And she's such a nice person too. Like it's like I admire that she's out there just plugging away. But yeah, she hanging on to last place like grim death.
Well, how do you think Max Chilton's now in IndyCar? He was a back marker for 3 years.
Yes,
2-3 years in Formula One. He was just like pedaling right around the back end. And he's like, oh, well, I still have enough money. I'll go to IndyCar now.
Well, I'll go do this now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man. If it works, it works. But speaking of well, no, not really. Other racing, question mark, air quotes, happened. Formula D went north of the border.
It's not racing.
It's that's why I put a question mark after it in the agenda.
I get it.
I really want to put air quotes on there, too, but whatever.
Y'all doing some of that there skid racing?
Skid racing they did, and a lot of crashing.
Hey, all right.
The whole event was about twice as long as they had budgeted.
Oh, man.
Yes. So
Because of the crashes?
because of the crashes, and at one point, so with every race, there's always medical personnel there, so there's an ambulance there, I guess right outside of the gates for the wherever the hell it was they were in Montreal.
Yeah.
There was a crash, like just two people driving by the track got into a wreck. And so the nearest ambulance went to respond to it, and that happened to be the one that was there for Formula D. So they had to wait for that ambulance to do its ambulance things.
Could you imagine, like, someone going out and telling the people who are, like, mangled and bloody, and they're like, hey, sorry, like, I know you can see this ambulance over here, but we actually bought them. Like, we're renting them, so if you guys could go, like, die somewhere else and not make them feel bad about not helping you.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Rick, that was so metal.
Oh.
Oh my god, that was so metal.
That was so brutal.
Holy
But
shit.
like, I wonder how that works though, because you rent.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I know that there's like a clause or something that like, doctors take, and they're like, if somebody needs a life to be saved, I'm the person to save.
Yeah,
it.
the Hippocratic Oath. Like it's just one of so they were just.
But they're not doctors.
No, but you're still like.
So
they
they're
make
like,
$9.50 an hour.
I didn't put my hand on any statue and swear.
No, but so they just went and they responded, and then they were gone for like 45 minutes, so that delayed, I think, top 16 for nearly an hour. So.
You think they'd be able to afford a few of those emergency services?
Yeah, you'd think that, but
actually, no, I don't think that, because I look at those races like, so like, what's funny to me is like people who would ever want to aspire to be like a Formula D racer, like a legit, because it's like I understand sponsors give you money and stuff, but like. It really hasn't grown to be like some huge thing, because like does anyone?
It is.
It's big.
It's
but
not
it's not
going
like
anywhere.
it's not like PGA big.
Well,
and it's not
no,
like it's
but
not
the
like
PGA didn't explode overnight either.
Right. But I don't know. It's just
what are we
drifting.
gonna do? Say we're gonna call hurt the Tiger Woods
so
of
let's think
drifting
about
now?
it this
What's
way.
going on?
The way I look at this. So when you have like you've got like what's a good sport? I don't know. Like where you look at boxing or something, like or MMA.
Okay.
So MMA is a good one because it kind of blew up overnight, right?
Yeah.
But like the progression has been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see like it's like, wow, what are these people going to be doing in like 10 years? Like how far are they going to push the human body? But then I look at drifting and I'm like, what are they going to drift backwards? That's my problem with it. I love drifting. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see what you're doing. It's like for me, how I see
Has
it is
peaked?
For me, it's.
Or do you just do more like Hoonigan type stuff where it's like, we're going to push the element.
The style side of drifting will never disappear.
Right.
That's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
It's like hot rodding today or, different car cultures and whatnot.
Yeah.
That'll always be around. Where the FIA is now trying to get into drifting.
Oh,
or
they
not
are?
trying, they are getting into drifting.
That's
There's
not
actually
good.
going to be an FIA-regulated series for it now.
Yeah.
Where it's less about the style and it's more about achieving certain things, proximity, speed, angle, that kind of thing.
So then would they have like sensors on the cars and stuff? Because like how would you...
Yeah, there's going to be a whole comms and data log box.
Formula D is too political now.
It's ridiculous.
It's too much of a popularity contest.
Well, and that's exactly what the FIA is trying to overturned. They
Yeah,
just
exactly.
they
And that's
they
what-
want
that's
they
what I
want to see
want.
the formula progress.
Yeah.
And if you get rid of the political side of things, you
Yeah.
get right down to the driving. You get right down to what you want to see. I mean, I believe it still comes down to a couple of judged opinions or ideas on how something should be ran. But after that, it's the computer's take on what they said.
So it said like you've in this half-mile course you've achieved 0.4 of it completely sideways. At your average tire speed was this. You were this close to the wall. You're at this.
They're looking at angle, acceleration. This-
So
this
a
kind
whole
of-
bunch of
transition speed.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're basically going to take a whole bunch of like degrees of angle, speed, all that thing, and just basically grind it down into a number on a scale from, since the people who run D1 are doing it, it's going to be on a
Right.
scale from 0 to 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, and I can see it progressing in that way. And yeah, maybe again, I just like it's one of those things where like I'll watch it. Like I think drifting to me is like it's super hard and it's super exciting to do in your own car.
Yeah.
But like to go like watch an event, I'm like, I don't know why it just doesn't.
It just doesn't do it
there's
for you.
nothing about it that,
Yeah.
that does it for me. I
Well,
would rather go watch.
Honestly,
like,
I feel like that's the difference in like drivers and spectators. Drivers don't really much care to watch it.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
They would
Yeah.
rather,
I guess
they
you're
would
right.
rather do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where spectators are people that have no idea what's going on inside the
There's
car.
like,
They're
ooh,
like, "Ooh, hey, smoke,
thing's
noise!
loud."
This is the
Yeah.
most efficient motorsport in turning fuel into heat and smoke
And noise.
and noise."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is
So,
good at that.
so
and
I
it
mean
is
that
exciting.
right there,
Yeah.
its popularity and its
Yeah.
its rooted in the culture is
Yeah.
probably what's going to keep it going for a while.
Right.
Yep.
But I mean, you can equate. You could say, well, has it peaked or where's the technology of
Yeah.
it? You can put that onto just about anything. It's
Yeah.
like, how long have we had Formula One? How long have we had WRC? How long have we
But
had, Time Attack?
I guess the difference.
It's those things. It's where, I mean, yeah. If you're looking for a progression, it's going to be minute.
Yeah. now-
Yeah, but it's easy to progress in time, right? Like to say,
Oh,
go
yeah.
on this course
when
faster
it's,
and faster.
when
and
it's something
faster
that's
and
easily
faster.
quantifiable, like
Okay,
lap
that's
times
fair.
and stuff
Yeah.
like
That's
that,
fair.
or
But then I
stage
look at
times. Yeah, it's very easy to do it.
ballet, or not ballet because I don't know ballet.
Like
figure
figure
skating.
skating.
That's what I was trying to think of.
There
Figure
you go.
skating,
Well, I mean,
ballet
you gotta
on
think-
ice,
That's an Olympic sport,
right?
And it's
it's all purely like.
And
well,
yeah,
my
you're right. It
It's
is
all-
purely
Yeah.
it is purely judged.
But then,
it's all the French
even a
judge giving you a
layperson like me
4.5.
could watch that and be like, that person sucks. I don't know what that person's doing, but they're like on a completely different level.
Right.
They're-
Yeah.
and you watch it from like the 1990s up till now, and you're like, oh wow, these people are like
Yeah.
they're going crazy now.
Well, the same thing can be applied to drifting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me,
on that-
I see Formula D right now on the stage to where MLS was
yeah,
like 5 or 10 years ago.
yeah. Where it's
yeah,
like,
I'll go with that.
To
Yeah.
where for the
Yeah,
first
definitely.
15 years of MLS, like there was no progression at all.
yeah, it was just like these weird.
It has to get stagnant, and then something will come in and change.
And that's what the FIA is going to do.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Is
Like
they're going to
they-
make competition to make it pump
and
it
you're-
up and be better.
Yeah, like
well, that's
you're
the
going.
thing is you're going to bring the top echelon of motorsports.
yeah,
Yeah.
You got to think. We talked about this when we actually talked about the news article of FIA in drifting. Look at every car commercial in the last 5 years. If they're trying to sell a performance car of any kind,
They're all sliding.
they're
Yep.
power sliding, they're drifting, they're doing
Yeah.
stuff,
That's
you know,
true.
like that.
Yeah.
Right? So 10 years ago, I mean, it was burnouts,
yeah,
but you got to think like it grabs people's attention. It's loud. It commands your attention. Like it you hear somebody's, trying to go do a donut or sliding around in a parking lot, you want to go look. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on? Hey.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they're going sideways.
You even got like the Nissan commercial where they have like the Altima and like
Yeah, they're
an
like
Activa that
power,
said
e-brake
slides.
sliding the shit
Yeah.
out of an Altima SE or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
It's like people are like, oh, that's sick. I can do that. And
Dude,
they
are you
wanna
trying to tell me my Altima's a sports car?
Whatever you
One
want
of-
to.
Well, I mean, an
However
buy-
you wanna do
on
this so you
State
can sleep
Street,
at
we'll see
night.
Some do
What-
an e-brake turn. That
What's
was
sad
great.
is like the slowest Altima right now would probably work my Subaru that has a hood
Oh.
scoop.
Oh
that
yeah.
has a hood scoop.
Oh, it
well,
was.
no, I get it.
Oh,
I'm in
I-
the same boat, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it was great. Like me and Trent, the co-founder, like we had this realization that, oh yeah, that this is a couple years ago. It's like, oh no, a Camry would dust in S2000. We remember like how great the S2000 was
when the WRX first came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody's like, "Oh my God, turbocharged, 220 horsepower! Holy shit!"
So my buddy, whose family was fairly wealthy, had enough money. When he was 15, they bought him a 2002 WRX, like when they first landed in the States, right?
Yeah.
So we would go out. Not that I was street racing, but we'd go out street racing.
Yeah.
And because I don't street, I never have and never will. But
and we don't
we'd go
condone
out
any
street
sort of
racing.
that.
But it's like
Hashtag
Mustang
Mexico.
GTs. You know, basically all those cars that were like very quick from the factory were getting embarrassed by this like little cute looking neon. It looked like a hello neon.
Yeah.
You know,
And
remember those commercials?
I'll go on a limb and say it was probably silver.
Yes, it was silver.
Yes,
of course it was silver.
I think I might know who that person was.
Yeah, so you know, it was but they were properly fast. Now a stock WRX is like embarrassingly slow for like it was a sporty car back in the day. Like now you look at Ford, it's like holy shit, a GT Mustang now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look
Like-
at the progression of anything in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I'm glad because I like that these car companies are like basically like pulling their heads, you know, out.
They're just
and they're like, wait, we need to actually build proper cars to like. There's an actual competition for our sporty cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Ford still does things that piss me off, and
Well, I think every car
company does. But
Yes.
like, it's impressive. Like for there was a while I think in like 2008 ish where I'm like, I think the sport compact car scene is like dying.
Yeah.
Like I really started to feel like
it kind of was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, like
everything
there was
kind
nothing
of stagnant. Then.
It was the cars
Well, I
were
mean,
getting soft.
The economy was in shambles.
True, that's
Yeah.
true.
People
yeah,
were just worried about making ends meet. They weren't worried about
like-
making horsepower.
Like new emission standards were getting rolled out, so you
Right,
suddenly had
yeah.
to change everything that you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
But like, and I drove like an 08 STI, and I'm like, I hate this car. Like, I did not like the 08 STIs. Like, they felt soft. They felt
lethargic.
numb. The
I mean,
steering
and
was
I'm glad somebody else shares that opinion with me because I kind of feel the same way.
really.
I don't usually say that because I get a lot of heat.
Well,
yeah,
but
especially
I have a
since
lot of
I'm a Subaru
unpopular
guy.
opinions.
Yeah.
Right,
So it's nice to hear that somebody else
Yeah.
actually feels
And
that
so-
way.
And the power is way too smooth.
Yeah, and like everything was just very like,
yeah, it was like
we're just watering. We just don't care anymore. Is what the car felt like.
it was like they wanted to go. It's like, oh, we're gonna make this a little more upmarket, a little better. And it's like, that's not a play you should be doing with this after the 4 years that we've had an STI in this country.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how you trade on that goodwill.
Yeah,
No.
but it's like, but then I feel like the 2015, they still had that mindset of like we want to be a little bit more upscale, but they killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, until the Ford Focus RS came out.
Well, yes.
like they stepped it
Well,
up. And
we're getting back into a point in the automotive world, the automotive industry, at least in North America.
Yeah.
I'm speaking specifically in North America. We're getting back to this part of the automotive industry where we've kind of we've waded through our malaise type vehicles.
Yeah.
And now we're getting to the point where everybody has their commuter. Now everybody wants their fun car on the side. And
Yeah.
people, an automobile is a necessity in today's world.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter.
it's like a phone.
It's
Yeah.
you
Like you don't
it.
need it. You won't die if you don't have it.
Right.
But good luck.
Yeah.
in America.
Like you've just given yourself a tremendous disadvantage if
Yeah.
you don't have it.
Oh,
Yeah, if you don't have
I
personal
take public transport.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that must
Who-
suck.
who- yeah,
I'm
who brags
sorry.
about
Like,
taking
do
the
you need
bus?
something? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, who still carries
we'll go s-
quarters in their pocket
Right.
with hopes that there's a payphone on the corner?
Can
Right.
you scrape
I mean-
together $199
Do we
a
need?
month?
Do we need
Yeah?
to start a
Go
GoFundMe?
lease a Civic.
Well, like
Seriously.
how the advertising is like, for $5 a day, you can own a brand new Honda Civic.
Yeah. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah.
After tax and registration and insurance every month, it's $10 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can afford to cut the coffee habit once a day, I mean, you could be driving a brand new car. That's the kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't.
No,
No.
me neither.
No, no,
That's
no,
why
no,
I
no.
drive an
No.
Outback.
yeah.
I mean, everything I own.
But
paid for, too, but
do
still.
you? So
Yeah.
like,
But no, it's the thing. It's like it's coming to the point where a car is a necessity. Everybody already
Yeah.
gets that. They have their A to B car. It's now where people want the fun cars again. That's why the FRS took so well.
Yeah.
You know, and then the STIs, they were starting to get really well. I think Mitsubishi kind of missed the mark.
totally.
Yeah.
The Evo 10, I feel, was kind of a disappointment. I like how they look, and I kind of like how they feel in the interior. Kind of
Yeah.
like how they drive stock.
Yeah, it
But
was
modified examples I'm not a fan of.
Oh, it's like they changed their target. They weren't firing at Subaru anymore. They were like, well, let's go after, the other people who do a turbocharged all-wheel drive sedan. Let's take a look at Audi. And it was, like that interior was a step up from like the Evo 10, Evo 9 to Evo 10.
Yeah.
Just might as well be
it didn't feel like a Lancer anymore.
But you know what my favorite part about the Evo 9 and Evo 8 and Evo 9 was?
What?
It felt like a Lancer. Like,
I mean,
there's
that was
something-
some of the appeal.
It was
a lot
right.
of people that were in the sport compact
I
industry,
think-
like we have
Right.
been, like that. They're like, oh yeah, there's a base model version of this. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or like
Roll
that's
up
what
windows.
we started with.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this is a total stripper model. This has none of the extra BS.
Because there's something about, to me, that I think the sport compact car scene is like missing now, and it's like they all used to be underdogs.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
they would punch well above their weight, and
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the whole appeal to them.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Well, I think it's part of it too. Is everybody kind of caught a hold of that,
right?
and now it's the manufacturers are building the cars to these
well,
newer levels.
how do you build? How do you punch above a Mustang GT?
Yeah.
How?
like, I mean,
Right.
With
Yeah.
4 cylinders and what you like?
It's hard to do. I mean, it used to be a
Easy.
lot easier,
Right.
190 horsepower, 4.6.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that was 1997
yeah,
Ford.
it's like
right?
the Japanese people are like, oh, it is,
Yeah.
oh, it is
You got
funny.
you
Yeah.
had the horsepower to weight ratio of an EX Civic. Like
Right.
it was no wonder a VTEC sedan was kicking ass against a Mustang.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a surprise.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
You've got 400 horsepower GTs and.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I mean, I guess true to form, we've got 330 horsepower V6 Accords now. With,
Yeah.
6
crazy.
speeds. and
But
shit.
they now weigh the same as the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Right. And that it's kind of funny. There was used to be an old comparison. People were always like, "Oh, well, look at, it's like look at these 4-cylinder turbo cars. They make 300 horsepower and this, that, and the other. They're so much better than like the American base models and stuff." It's like, well, now the base model Mustang makes 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like,
The base model Camaro makes 330 horsepower, and they
Yeah.
weigh the exact same as the
Yep.
yeah.
the STI and the
Yeah.
the Evolution.
Yeah.
That's why I always feel bad for the people who bought the 2010 Mustang GTs.
They got shafted so.
Oh,
hard.
They got the new look, the old 300 horsepower engine, and then the next year the V6 made more horsepower.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was.
That was entertaining.
yeah. So that was
Oh.
But for the people who are like, you know what, my dog got kicked and it needs surgery, and so I just can't afford the Mustang right now. But in maybe 6 months, like I
Yeah.
can, and then that new one comes out, and they're like, yes. But then, of course, you can't buy the V6.
No.
no.
What? I see him
They
driving
dropped
around.
the V6 though, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they?
Now
They
it's
actually
just the
did.
Yeah,
Boost.
yeah. I think
T6 is gone.
16 was the
Oh.
last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
But-
So now.
Shows
it's-
how informed I am in this market. But
Well, which yeah.
Well,
No one cares about the V6.
no.
I care about the V6. You know what my favorite engine of all time is?
What?
Like right at this point, the EcoBoost V6.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like
yes.
in the trucks
Right.
and the
yeah,
in
the 3.5s.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I
My old man's had 2 EcoBoost F-150s. I loved them both.
like. I
they're
just imagine
amazing.
that motor in like something like a Miata or like an FRS.
Oh, yeah,
And
that
it's
would-
like
that would be hilarious.
Like I feel like that's a better, to me, like the seat of my pants. That's a better motor than the VR38 whatever out of the GTR.
Well, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of it's power production. It's
Yeah.
the
it's
power
the
band that
way
you're
the
working
power
with.
comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's tiny ass turbos. They light at idle basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you've got power all the way to 6K.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
that's
awesome.
fun. That feels great. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what I think that's what Alpha was doing with what was it, the Giulia.
Yeah. Oh, that
They're
was
doing that with the Giulia.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's just
a
a
turboed 4-cylinder.
turbo V6.
Sorry, V6.
Yeah, it's
excuse me.
It's essentially the Ferrari. Well, in the Quattro Folio, it's essentially the Ferrari California engine with just 2 cylinders lopped off.
Okay.
Yep.
Other than that, it's exactly the same. I don't
Cool.
care what Alpha says. That's
And just little itty bitty turbos and
Yeah,
lots of
And
fun.
then
Yeah.
and an 8-speed auto.
yeah.
What do you guys feel about like electric cars? Like and I'm talking about not like Formula E or anything, but just like a Volt, a Prius, a Tesla.
Well, so those first 2 things that you named are technically hybrids.
Right, but you know what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, but yeah, no, I think like I would be lying if I say I have not like taken a long hard look at a Volt.
That'd be mine too.
I really like the first gen Volts.
Me too.
specifically
Why
the
does everyone
front
like the
end.
first gen?
Like,
I mean, I do too. I'm
the first gen just looks pissed
it
up
looks,
front.
but
Yeah.
it looks.
like a Cruise that's got an attitude.
You know
Yeah.
what? To me, it's like geeky and techy, And
Yeah.
it's to the core. Like, it's not trying to be something.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just like, yeah, you can tell it's like, oh, a bunch of engineers made this car.
Yeah.
Almost as like an experiment. They're just like, oh, okay,
Well, yeah.
we'll try it.
Yeah, it was
And-
like a Tesla was like an iPhone, and somebody's just like, well, look at my new iPhone. It is new and iPhone-y.
and
then,
shiny. And,
yeah, and then the Volt was just like, yeah, this is this Android that I got that I rooted and I did all this shit to. Look
Yeah.
at how awesome it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I could go 19 hours on a single charge because it's got some ultra low frequency
Whatever,
processing.
yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 99% sleep mode
But
all
it's
the
just,
time.
I think the Volt is a really
yeah, the
cool
Volt's
car.
great. Oh, yeah, like, it's...
Aside from the little niggling thing I don't like about it, where GM originally said it's going to be a full electric vehicle,
Yes.
and then they kept kind of screwing the pooch and pushing off the launch date, pushing it off,
Yeah.
it off. Finally just said, well, shit, now it's a plug-in hybrid. We had to put a motor in it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And now the federal
Yeah.
government calls it a electric vehicle with a range extender.
Yeah.
Because
Wait, what?
they probably already
Yeah.
had the paperwork filled out,
the
and they were
gas
just waiting
engine
for them
doesn't
to finish
actually
it.
drive anything. It's just there
It's
to,
a
like...
generator.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
generator.
it's a generator.
Yeah.
Is it like, does it run on like Atkins cycle?
It's like a... It's
I
a
don't know
four
much
cy-
about it.
It's a 4-cylinder Ecotec, like, turbo engine or something like that.
Yeah.
It was... Yeah. It's essentially the motor out of, like, the last generation Cobalt SS.
Dope.
Yeah.
Just
like,
to charge the batteries.
just to charge the batteries.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an electric car with a range extender.
Yeah. It's literally like
a
the same...
gasoline powered range extender.
Yes.
It's literally like the same thing. Like if
It
Cole
would be
from
taking an electric club car and strapping a Harbor Freight generator into the passenger seat.
yeah,
Range
or like
extender.
if
Range
Cole put like a Honda generator in the back of his Leaf and just plugged it in. That's
No,
exactly what it
No, it's
is.
just like the Top Gear car.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that.
Yes.
100%.
If you pedal a car, are you the range extender? Like if I'm like if I run out of gas and Pumpkin comes pushes me,
He's your
could
range.
my car be considered a?
well, I mean, as long as it's ticking on the odometer and something's not being, energy's not being consumed.
Yeah, I
by
don't feel
vehicle. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
I'll
so
push
there you
your car
go.
any day, Rick.
Thanks, range extender.
Aw,
yeah, that was adorable.
that was adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
I
want to answer
like-
the phone call.
I like him. I honestly feel like
Yeah.
electric cars are going to be the way of the future for
Me too.
commuting.
Yeah.
The A to B stuff, that's.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we almost have to go that way.
Right.
Yeah,
But I think as far as like performance or enjoyable vehicles, and the line is going to be blurred. There are going to be enjoyable hybrid or full electric vehicles.
Yeah, like you're
Don't
gonna
get
have-
me wrong. I mean, I'm still going to be a petrol head at heart. I'm gonna and on that same note, on the other side of the coin, I'm still also going to find enjoyment in anything I drive.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Now, I hate the Toyota Prius with all of my being. Every fiber of my existence
Yes.
dislikes the Prius on a level that Satan himself would be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them. Every time I see one in a junkyard, I kick it off its stands.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much I absolutely despise the Prius. But on that same note,
Yeah.
the same exact technology is in a Toyota Highlander hybrid, and I'd rob the shit out of a Highlander. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's a comfortable little SUV.
Yeah.
But it seems like the whole purpose of like cheap consumer grade A to B gadget. It's not a gadget. What would you call it? An appliance.
Yeah.
You know, that
They're
is like
definitely
the
appliances.
definition. That's
Yes.
They are
the
definitely
definition
appliances.
of,
Yeah.
of the Prius, and that's what I think why people like us dislike it.
Absolutely. There's no character
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Prius. Like,
The-
people will put these crazy body kits and lower them and do all this
But
fancy
why?
shit on it.
Like you're trying to.
And I can understand, yeah, if you have it for a fashion accessory, that's cool. That's cool. Be the guy that's honest about it. It's like, oh, I bought a Prius because it gets 40 to the gallon on the freeway, and, you know, I do a lot of in-city commuting where it's total EV.
Yeah, and I also
And I'm like, okay, cool, awesome.
That's
That is
great.
perfect.
Yeah.
If you are the asshole that goes out and buys a Prius, it's like, I'm saving the environment.
We need to have a talk about
We're
that.
going to have a chit-chat because
Yeah.
your car's already seen 7 different countries in its manufacture.
Your car's an
That's not
environmental
efficient.
war crime.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Union Pacific locomotive you're pissed at that's blocking your commute probably emits less than the production of your one Prius.
Yep.
Yeah.
but
So if you
saving
buy
the
a Prius,
environment.
if you buy a Prius to be smug, end yourself.
Do you think
If
people
you're
still
buying a
do? I've
Prius-
noticed less of that.
And
Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of it is
Like, it's starting to-
it's the culture behind it.
Yeah.
It's our modern society's take on it. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Prius owners are douchebags."
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the rest of, you know,
Everybody's catching
I think
on.
everybody's kind of got to that point.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I don't know if I want to be that asshole."
Yeah.
You know, so, or if somebody's like, oh, well, it's really efficient. Somebody
Yeah.
that goes by the numbers or somebody that goes by the efficiency of it is going to say, oh, this car's going to save me money in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable or it's not really cool looking, but, you know, it's something I could A to B in.
It's hard not to feel smug, though, because I once did have a Civic HX.
Ooh.
And I would often go into lean burn, which I was really proud of.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was the problem, is I was really proud of like going
Well,
into lean burn.
okay, yeah. So, I mean, there's something
So I'd kind of like
there's something to be
puff
said
up my
about.
chest a little bit. I'm like, "Sup, bitches? You should check out these air fuel ratios."
Yeah, 23 to 1. Sup,
Yeah,
dude?
what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, special heads, and it creates a swirl. You wouldn't understand. It's a
I-
Honda thing.
I will think the time when the save the earth mentality went away from the Prius is when the first time when full electric cars came out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Think about that. When
Absolutely.
that
Yeah,
happened,
the first gen
that
Prius.
shut them up.
And they're like,
Everybody was like,
"Oh."
oh, yeah, this. And then the second gen Prius came out, and then all these other like full EVs
Yeah,
started
then-
hitting the market
then
and
they're kind
taking
of
a lot better.
And then
I mean, you gotta
those
think,
guys
we've
are
had-
coming up, and they're like, "Oh,
we've
that
had-
thing has a range extender."
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well, I mean,
still have to go to the gas station?
You've got to think, though, like, EVs have been around since like the 70s or the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
No, we've had full electric vehicles since like the automobile was a
Okay,
thing.
well,
Wasn't
there's
like
that.
one of the
Yeah.
first automobiles like an electric car?
Yeah, like there was a time like in the early 20th century when cars were, a thing. Like you had your choice of whatever the hell you wanted to power that, and electric was a thing. Like just filled with lead acid batteries as far as the eye could see.
Just pulling a trailer of lead acid batteries.
Like it's like a milk trolley. Just you're just sitting on lead acid batteries. Everything, and you could only go like 10 miles, but you didn't have to deal with that petroleum distillate, whatever.
It's the devil's juice.
Yes, it is.
That's
Yes.
why wasn't that part of Prohibition? Wasn't it? A lot of cars
fuel
were running
industry.
off of alcohol, and they were trying to that was another reason that they kind of
no,
launched
that-
towards that. Or am I wrong? Am I completely just?
You're
maybe-
I think you're off in the night. No,
I
that
think,
was
I
just.
think you're grasping at straws here, but
Yeah,
there
that-
might be some.
No,
there might
you
be some
no, you
random
guys are
validity
shills.
to this.
You guys are the petroleum. I hear what you're saying.
No,
People
I like
yeah.
I like the idea of alcohol fuels. I like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
idea
me
of
too.
renewable alcohol fuels.
Yeah.
Ethanol, E85, E98. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
shit's great for a race car. It's like pump race gas, basically. You know?
Mm-hmm.
When I spent time in the Southwest, like down in Albuquerque, it was everywhere. Every street corner had a yellow pump. Like it was dope. We've got one pump here in the state.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So obviously it doesn't
Yeah, the
work
one.
out for us here.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I know. I
nice.
think it's super, super cool, and I think it's hard for a lot of people to see the actual advantage of it because it's like, for your average car, what does it do for you?
It does absolutely fuck
right.
all.
So
Yeah,
that's
it does
what I mean.
nothing.
Most people
On per-
here,
yeah.
but I think maybe down south too. Maybe though it's they're like, well, my brother's brother, whatever, is a
Whatever.
corn farmer.
Yeah.
I know somebody who's a corn farmer, and I know these subsidies help them.
I mean,
And
that
so-
could be some of it. Yeah.
I'm sure a
Um,
tiny bit of it,
but
it
I
just
don't know. I think
seems
a lot of it's climate too.
Huh?
A lot of it's climate. I think
Yeah.
warmer climates take a lot better to ethanol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
I mean, you gotta
yeah,
think.
it's not
yeah,
hard
E80,
here.
E85 is hygroscopic. It's
Yeah.
like brake fluid. It'll
Yeah.
absorb water. It'll absorb
Yeah.
moisture.
Yeah.
So when you've got these colder, wetter climates, that's
Yeah.
probably a no-no. I mean,
No, like there are a ton of people in Arizona that are just like, yep, that's what I'm doing.
But I
Hmm.
also think a lot of it was the quality that we got here. I mean, on average, the
Oh, yeah.
one pump we have, it's listed as E85, and it tests as like
E55.
E55, E60.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah,
it's garbage.
I remember somebody pulling it. It was like, oh yeah, this is like E40, like E43 or something.
Just
It's like, it's
depends
just
on the
garbage.
time of the day you go there.
Yeah.
It's just-
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's a very the corn juice is very awesome, but it is also very finicky. So
And I know a lot of people. I mean, really, it's more of a performance fuel. I feel
Yeah.
than anything.
Totally.
It's nice that
Yeah.
it's a renewable source.
Yeah,
I think that's
you
a
can
huge
grow
bonus.
it out of the ground.
Yeah, I think
so
that's a
cool.
huge
Yeah.
bonus. I don't know
Yeah.
how efficient that is. I literally know nothing
There-
about ethanol aside from the fact that
Well-
you burn 30% more of it to get the same amount of power,
Yeah, and it
but
has
it
super
burns
high octane.
cooler.
Yeah.
yeah,
and that's
It-
why it makes such a great performance
Yeah.
fuel.
yeah,
And produces,
it's got a
I guess, arguably less emissions. Or
From
maybe
what
it's
I
just
understand,
different
I don't
emissions,
know.
right? Maybe it's just different than what they're
Yeah,
looking
it-
for. Like not
I
as
mean,
many
internal
NOx
combustion's internal combustion. You're going to get the same overall
That's-
basic stuff out the tailpipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anywho,
Yeah.
total tangent. But
No, that wasn't a tangent. I thought
mean,
I thought that
good.
was guys
That
was on your
good.
list.
Yeah.
That was good.
no, the we kind of covered everything. The only thing we haven't talked about that's on the list still is
No, I actually have a wife, believe it or not. Yeah.
oh, well.
Huh.
I know I'm sitting here cross-legged and, you know.
Well, all right. No,
Rad.
yeah. No, we didn't actually really talk about Formula Drift in Canada, except that it went long. Frederick Osbo won, so
I like that guy.
Yay.
good for him.
Yeah.
Boy's got a jawline so strong, you cut a roast on it.
I like watching those guys at Gateville. That's the one event that I will I will actually actively seek out
Yeah.
after the fact is Gate. I don't know why.
It's insanity.
It's just
there are
ridiculous.
It's unhinged.
there
is
are-
what
That's
it
the
is.
thing. But it's also it's chaos, but it's still organized.
Yeah.
like,
Like
They
they
do
all
it
have a
beautifully.
certain air of respect about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They follow a strict
And-
guideline, but they cut the fuck loose. They
Yeah.
get nuts.
there are
Yeah.
Love that.
Me
But
too.
me specifically being a Volvo guy, and the fact that it's in Sweden,
And
like,
there's
that's
tons
the,
of
that's their
Volvos there,
domestic
yeah.
hot rod, man.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
their car.
Yeah.
And I'm a Volvo guy, so naturally I'm attracted to that. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck
Well,
yeah,
like-
they're doing burnouts and 1,000 horsepower 2J Volvos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
And it's like the other thing is like at things like Gotbill and even stuff like Hyperfest and some of these other things that are popping up in the States.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, like grid life and
yeah,
stuff.
grid life. Yeah, like there are like for the drifting stuff, there are absolutely no rules whatsoever. So like you look at a Formula D event, like there's still rules that you have to have, but for something like that, it doesn't fucking matter. Like you need to hammer out that firewall.
have fun.
It's the high end of the grassroots stuff.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
is.
I like.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
And
that's
what
my
I
favorite.
like too.
Yeah.
Like
thing.
I don't get me. I will be
yeah.
grassroots to the day I die. I've been that way for a decade with drifting, and
Mm-hmm.
I will probably always stay that way. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to compete eventually, but that's not my goal.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not why I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
I like it because it's just an absolute blast.
Yeah.
As a
looks-
driver and to me as a spectator. I
Right,
like
and I was
watching
gonna
people,
say,
and
it
I
looks like they're having more fun.
They are.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Like every time I go to a drift event, even if I'm not driving, I'm watching. I'm seeing how people drive. and
Yeah.
I could see when people get frustrated or when people are trying and actually, working on something. Give somebody some advice or
Yeah.
let them know, hey, this looked good. Try this, or if this is what you're going for, try doing this, and check this out or try this. And it's like those little inputs. It's like people who aren't 100% sold on the idea of drifting that go out and drift. There's still that like 20% chance where they're going to go out and they're going to have a decent time. They're going to be like, man, that was a lot of work, and I suck. You
Yeah.
know? Like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
And then they're
the
gonna
people
listen
that'll
to-
critique themselves, or the people that'll still question and be like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but why am I doing this? This costs so much, or this, and
Yeah.
And then when people, which again is why I like the drifting community worldwide, is everybody has some type of input to somebody else, driving, spectating, what have you. So when somebody says, oh, hey, this looked really cool, I think you're trying to do this, so maybe try doing this because I see you're trying this and it's not working.
Right.
But try this instead. And they go out and they just kill it on the next lap, right?
Yeah.
Then they come back in, they're fucking
Pumped.
stoked. They're just
Yeah.
like, dude, I just did it. I did what you said.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that was awesome. That's what it's all about. That's
Yeah.
what I like.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't think it's going anywhere. Like, as it's kind of like a self. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's
You know what?
It's something where like somebody will do it for themselves,
Yeah.
and then it works, and they're super pumped, and they're like, oh hell yeah, now I got this figured out. Now I'm gonna try this.
You know what my favorite thing about drifting is like the way it feels. Why I don't think it's ever going anywhere is because everybody's been sliding around their cars forever, and if you can like, there's something about like, because like like you go out to like an autocross event or even a track day, and you like nail a few good corners in a row. You're like, oh, that felt nice. Like I can feel the progression. I feel like I'm getting better. I'm getting
Right.
smoother.
Right.
But nothing. When you hit like a baseball or a golf ball. And it just you hit that sweet spot, and you're like, oh,
It just
like,
resonates, and it's like
in
you're
your
like,
soul
ooh,
and
that
your
was
body.
good.
That's what drifting is.
Yeah.
Where
agree.
I don't think you can really get that in like,
I don't know. I mean, I think you probably could if that was your hardcore interest.
yeah,
Like,
maybe you're right.
If you're
Maybe
just
the
a
way
straight up time attack guy, or you're a straight up autocross guy,
and
like
just
that is
getting
your
that
shit,
perfect lap or whatever.
and you nail that number that you've been looking for, or that series of corners or
tickles
cones
your
just
cornhole
felt
just right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you were just like that was fucking mint.
Right.
Yes, like I mean, that's in every motorsport, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe
But
you're right.
I think what it is with drifting specifically is that it's doing everything that every other motorsport basically says don't do.
Yeah.
You have to forget how to drive responsibly to be a good drifter.
I didn't when I growing up and I was getting into cars. I would go to the autocross because where else do you go, right? And I would have
Legally.
these snobby, guys coming up to, because I would mess around sometimes, and I would get guys coming up and their stuck up snobby voices, I don't know why I'm doing an accent. Oh, it's not always fast to go fast, because I feel like that's the dude, in his Volkswagen, just being like, I'm like, oh, you're right. I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I didn't come out here to go fast. I came out here just to throw the car around, just to kind of get used to it and it kind of made me lose interest in autocross. And I feel like throughout my entire career, it's always the people who take things too seriously that ruin it for me.
They're always the buzzkills.
Yeah, and that's what I've
absolutely.
always liked about drifting. But then even in drifting, you do have kind of
especially
the
in
gatekeepers.
competition type stuff. Yeah, they're like they feel like you're in their way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're holding them up.
Step to the side, man. I'm going to go do this shit.
Or in grassroots, if you don't have a beater enough car, like if your car is too nice.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could see that. If it's a really nice car and you don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
People kind of go off he spent all his money to make it look cool and he doesn't know how to drive. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are assholes in every motorsport.
Sure.
I don't like those people in drifting either.
Right.
You kind of get that no matter what. I mean, you get that in the computer world, for hell's
True,
sake.
yeah.
Somebody comes in,
yeah.
can't game for shit, but they got a $4,000 computer, and they're like, fucking noob, spent all his money on his computer, can't handle the sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens anywhere.
Yeah, that's
true.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And yeah, you're right. Those types of people are a buzzkill. Those are the kinds of people where you're like, man, I don't even know if I want to be a part of that. Like, or there's some people that are like, oh, I could probably, get pretty handy with this or get better at this, but I don't want to turn into that douchebag.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people
is that
have
the pinnacle
that same
of
fear
this
too?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, is that what I'm aspiring to be? Is that
Right.
asshole that talks down to these guys that don't know what they're doing? Like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Right.
And I think that you kind of weave in and out of that no matter where you're at, no matter what you do. But
that's true.
I think that it's I don't know. It's one of those things. You just got to do what you like to do, and
Now
there's a
like
motorsport for just about anything you like to do.
Is
Let's be real.
driving slow and responsibly a motorsport?
Well, no, but it's called hypermiling. You'd get along with Prius owners, really. well.
Yeah, they seem
that's
to
that's my
really
next
love that
venture.
stuff.
There's a Top Gear competition about that.
About hypermiling.
Yeah.
Actually,
And honestly, like I kind of think like little challenges and
I
stuff,
do too.
like personal challenges, pushing yourself like that. I think that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, come on, remember as being of a teenage kid, like you put like $2 into your gas tank, and you're all,
you'd be like,
I need to go like 3 miles beyond what I know I put in.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, time to easy throttle, turn
challenge
everything off.
fucking
Yep.
accepted. Dude, when I had an like you with your HX Civic,
Yeah.
right? I had an HF swap
Yeah.
in my CRX. It was a stripped out CRX.
Yeah.
Best that thing ever got was like 58 to the gallon. Like it was nuts. I loved it. Right? It's one of those things. And I'm just like, I've got an 8th tank. I bet I can make it to Thursday. And
Yeah,
then,
you just
I'd
challenge
like push
yourself.
it. I'd try it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm making that
just
happen.
sip, just a little bit.
Or it's like
like
when you see
and
the gas light turn on, you're all, really? The gas light really should be on right now?
Right? It's like,
You're like, should I
50
go?
miles of range remaining. I don't know. I think I could do 60.
Yeah.
I bet I can do 60. Actually, no, I'm at $5 to myself. I can make it 65.
Yep. Exactly.
And I kind of did that. Like, I used to commute to North Dakota. I worked up in
Whoa.
North Dakota.
Yeah.
And in my fuel swilling truck, like it would go a certain number of miles on a fill. Like, you would get horrendous mileage, right? Well,
and it's like clockwork.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, it had one of those little lyometer gauges up on the roof by the mirror.
Which is basically just a vacuum gauge, right?
I mean, it's some
It just goes
terrible
green to red or
computation.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some terrible computation that gives you an estimated guess, which is actually really terribly far off in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It gives you false hope. I saw it say 17 once. I did the math. It was 13.
Oh, it actually gave you a number.
Yeah, it gives you a number like miles per gallon,
Sure.
right? And so like I would, and even in my BMW, I had it in my BMW for a while. It's like you could get like the average miles per gallon, and then you get like the instant miles per gallon, I would like play with it. I'd be like, I'm gonna try and keep freeway speed, but I'm gonna see if it stays at 45 instant. You know, and like play with it a little bit. You know, like draft a truck real close and be like all super light in the throttle. You know, it's a game. It's a game. You can have fun with it if you want to. I mean,
right?
You know,
everything's competitive.
Oh yeah,
it can be. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a car guy thing. Anyway.
I think so, too.
that's a guy thing anyway.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a human thing.
It's
I'm
a
not even
human
just going to
thing.
specify.
Like, I'm assuming everyone here has like taught themselves how to like heel toe and. Like rev match.
I mean,
it's
I
just
do it
like one of
every
those
day.
things. Yeah, me too. And it's like now it's just part of my normal daily driving routine. But it's like I remember like learning how to do it, and I'd be watching like
and you're just like, how the hell did they do that?
Yeah,
you know, it's like I don't even realize I'm doing it until like I'm in traffic and I do it, and like some guy on a motorcycle next to me. I was like, "The fuck did you just do?"
It's like seriously, dude, I would whoop your ass.
Well, no,
Like,
it's you know, like you rev match. It's like the guy on the bike. Is just, I do the same shit. What are you doing?
yeah.
It's a motorcycle
I can't
thing, dude.
heel toe.
Back
My
up.
feet are too big, so I do like side foot.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a side foot.
Well, I mean,
I have
that's
tiny
mine too.
feet.
That's why I wear skate shoes. Like,
Yeah.
the side, the like the side of the bridge of my shoe.
Yeah, I'm kind of
is all
a
worn
roll
to
it
shit
over.
because of the edge of my
Yeah.
throttle pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever invented the name heel toe?
Well, I
'cause
mean,
I think
I could-
people get the idea that it's like I
Well,
don't-
originally that was the way you could do it. Like I could do that in cars that have enough footwell room.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've got ski boats of fucking feet. Like I wear a size 12 wide. Like I could probably ski on my feet. But anyhow, like, and I used to be able to do that. Like in my RX-7s, I could stay planted, like my toe on the brake, and I could rotate my heel over and hit the throttle.
Yeah.
Like I could do that if I have room. So I could see why it's called heel toe.
Yeah.
Anymore, it's like in my Golf, the pedal box is so tiny where like the left side of my foot is on the brake pedal, and I use like the right side of my foot to hit the throttle.
Yeah, your pinky toe.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like busts out, like
Yeah, there it
little,
is.
like SpongeBob
Yeah.
SquarePants busts out of the thing and like taps the throttle pedal or
Yeah.
some shit, you know. But yeah, and it's different for every car.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, like the pedals in my Outback, like the brake and clutch pedal, are way closer to me than the throttle is.
Right.
Throttle's
Yeah.
way the hell down there on the floor. I'm sure
But
Imprezas
no-
are the same way.
Yeah, but then luckily my brakes are so squishy that you kind of when
that's
it
the
actually
thing,
starts
too,
to
yeah.
engage, it meets.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, cool, it's right there.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
It works out nice actually.
Yeah, and I've only ever driven a couple of cars that were like so weirdly set up to where you couldn't do it. Like the throttle pedal was way closer
Yeah,
than
or something
the other
really,
two.
really funky, yeah.
So just something weird, or like a car that was swapped that never came with a manual trans.
And
it's like the clutch pedal's like weird.
Way off to the side, yeah.
Or like, you know, they designed the pedal box for only 2 pedals and somebody had to add a third.
And it's
you
like
know.
a gas pedal that's been modified.
Yeah, it was
so-
like I drove a Terminator Cobra swapped P71 Crown Victoria once. Like straight up like busted ass cop car, but it had a Termi swap under it and a 6-speed. Like, and so they used like a pedal from like a 240 SX or something.
random.
It just something completely off the wall, right? So it was completely different than the other one. And then to make it even weirder, they left the super wide brake pedal.
Oh, I know. That's what's weird about. Because I was trying to think in my head. I'm like, yeah, what's so weird about people who
what's weird about
manual
auto
swap
cars?
an auto? That's what it is they leave the wide.
Sometimes they leave the wide brake pedal in.
Yeah.
And you'll notice some auto cars don't even have the wide brake pedal. It's just a standard pedal, like Kias
Yeah.
that way or
Yeah.
something like that. Old Kias. But
I just imagine it so like old women can double brake, like both feet in. Like
yeah, I just think it's so you could do the super dope Smokey and the Bandit like reverse drops on the freeway.
oh,
like,
that's gotta be what
you
it's
know,
for.
like you stand on the brake pedal with both feet and you slam.
Like
it
it
into
makes you
reverse
stop
and then gas
faster.
it. Yeah,
It does.
It's yeah, totally has to, right?
Oh yeah.
I've only got 1 foot power. I need 2. This is an emergency.
Yes. Oh, that's radical. That's super dope.
Are we over time?
Probably not.
no.
Hey, Mike, did
Yes.
we get anybody emailing in this week?
Don't think we got anybody emailing in.
Oh, sad.
We scare
news.
people.
Let's just double check on that.
Well, while
real
you're
quick.
looking at that, I'd like to thank some of our every week subscribers, listeners.
Yeah.
Alex Crane, we've got Luke Dreyer, all sorts of folks.
Mm.
What do we got here?
Trent.
Brandon Kuhn.
Trent
good.
wrote in a couple things.
Mr. Bray, yes. What
Yes.
do you got to say?
He's first talking trash on our. Remember he texted in with that late question.
Oh yeah, what's your racing series of choice?
Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask you two that.
All right.
What, my racing series of choice?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you had like money, whatever, like if you could just go run a race series that you wanted,
And a time machine.
And a time machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, this one's easy. Like if I could race in any series that I wanted to, what would it be?
Yeah.
Grassroots rallycross. Easy
Alright.
peasy lemon squeezy. Like that's the
Rad.
to me
Nice.
that's the would be the funnest form of like pure motorsport. Like as far as like competition racing, going for times, that kind of stuff. Yeah, everyone gets, semi-fast beater cars that you don't mind running into each other. Everyone's a gentleman about it, so it's like if you hit somebody, no one gets pissed. And
That's rad.
you set up like a legitimate partial asphalt, partial dirt course, maybe throw in some like legitimate, like not big jumps, but you know what I'm saying, like stuff that'll upset the car, and just go have a riot.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
that
like
would be my
literally,
idea.
that's like grassroots drifting, but with dirt.
Exactly. Yeah. And racing at the same time. Like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Like you just throw it all. It's like everything combined into one.
Yeah, that's rad.
I'll call it Formula 0.
Formula
whatever.
0.
There we go.
For me, I would. I'm torn. It would be either Group B Rally or 1980s Formula 1,
Yeah.
where everything was just unlimited.
He's a purist.
I love it.
Where
my
there were no
answer
rules.
was Group B.
Yeah.
So like I get it.
Where
Yeah.
there's no rules, I think that's where racing should be. I think there
I'll
should
go
be
with that.
an unlimited, some unlimited class to every kind of racing.
Yeah.
I like the idea of unlimited as well. Like basically an engineer's
Wet dream.
Yeah.
An engineer just be like,
just
let's
let
do this.
Just let some people go nuts. Like
Yeah.
Well,
so
you got to
here's-
think Group B paved the way for a lot of stuff that we now have as like factory issue in production cars. Turbochargers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they chocked so much time and effort and
Yeah.
R&D on that
Yeah.
stuff just to make extra power with those things.
yeah.
So here's what I'm hoping, because no one's ever going to allow like human beings to be in a truly unlimited like pinnacle
No.
motorsport class.
Oh Lord, no.
But there will be a class, I feel like, in the future where it's computer, and a lot of people give me crap about this. Like, basically you're having a computer drive the car. It's like, yeah, artificial intelligence will drive the car, but then the engineers can make it truly unlimited.
Then
Yeah.
I
you can
wanna
actually
see-
test the chassis potential.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to see what the actual limit of grip is, where it's like you don't have a budget. There's no human life at risk here. This is purely like, how fast can you make it? And you
Yeah.
have
Just crazy experimental
right,
shit.
and then it would basically, you wouldn't even have like, you probably wouldn't have like a whole lot of like Hondas being in there.
No.
But you would have like maybe Microsoft being in there and HTC being
Well,
in
then
there.
you'd have
like,
like Northrop Grumman and like
Yeah.
oh
Well,
yeah,
Raytheon's
yeah.
over here building a car now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could see that.
Right, like it would just be this like purely unlimited, like, and it wouldn't be even like, you wouldn't even have to be like an automotive engineer, because they would need
You would need all sorts
You
of
would need
different
Because you're in a
engineering
different-
electronics, robotics,
Right.
programming.
yes.
Yeah, proximity sensor.
I just think that would be
all-
so cool.
Yeah. that would
Like
be
something
kinda
like
cool.
that would be really, really
As far as a
neat.
purely tech standpoint, I
Very
kind of agree
cool.
with that.
That's
Yeah.
rad.
That's
yeah.
pretty rad. Yeah.
But is it motorsport anymore? Right. It's kind of it's like, it's basically like next level, right? Like it's not kind of goes beyond like motorsport.
I don't know if it's next level. It would be extra level.
That's
Yeah.
what it's like, the next dimension over whatever you want to call it
Yeah.
but it's yeah.
But I also want to say, if I could go back in time and stop a sport from progressing the way that it is
Oh.
if I could go back to the 70s and stop NASCAR from being stock car racing.
Ooh.
Why you want it to be pure? Like
Because
you want to
if
actually
it was
like,
Actual
actual
cars.
production cars, imagine
Like
how
it used to
awesome
be.
the cars would be now.
Yeah.
oh, well, the American cars would be awesome. Like
Yeah.
if they're like, oh yeah, Chevy, you actually
we'd still
have
probably have a bunch of rear-wheel drive shit.
Yeah.
Or NASCAR would be all like front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. You got to
Yeah.
think.
But yeah,
front-wheel
The
drive.
ovals may have gone away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ovals might have disappeared. You're right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
That's
think about how
entirely
fast
true.
you could push it around the corners. Then they're just like, hey, let's just do road racing.
Yeah.
Just imagine how the American cars would compare against everything else in the world instead of playing catch-up for the last 20 years.
That would.
Damn,
Yeah.
Pumpkin, that was deep.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think about that.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I mean,
Well, it's the same thing with WRC. Like, when WRC stopped doing
when
the
they
chassis
stopped doing the
racing,
chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
When
just
you-
kind of
That
like where
that's
it
I felt
stopped.
like when like a lot of those companies, like, especially Subaru Mitsubishi, where they kind of started falling off because they're like, oh wait,
oh, you can just.
our chassis don't have to be winning, or like our production cars don't have to be winning production cars anymore. Then that means we can do whatever we want.
yeah, like
Yep.
it was just.
It doesn't have to be the same car. We can build a tube chassis that's competitive. We don't need to build this factory chassis.
Yeah, we don't need
because there's something truly special about, I think, like, okay, so let's say like back in the 90s, you went and bought a 190E because you were a huge fan of,
GTM.
Grand Touring, and
Yeah.
you're like, that's my car, and you watch it fly around the racetrack, and you're like, if I had enough money, that could be my car there, right? And you're right. It could be.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
No,
That's
no. Like look
pretty
at
close to
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
like the modern DTM cars. It's Formula One cars with bodywork.
Right.
Yep.
It's so outside of the realms of like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a production car. It's like, no, it's not.
I think the closest form of motorsport to something like that, aside from like SCCA style
And Grand
racing,
Touring, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
is the Australian Touring Car Championship.
Oh,
The
I
V8
love
supercars.
V8
Yeah, the
supercars.
Virgin
I
Australia
always forget
Supercar
about
series.
them too because it's so
Yeah.
easy to.
If I'm
Oh,
not mistaken,
because our-
isn't it like between front strut and rear strut towers, it has to be some form of a production vehicle?
It has to be the production vehicle, and
Okay.
then it's all a spec. Like they're all 5-liter V8s.
Yep.
Well, which it's changing. Like this is the last year where it'll be, a 5-liter V8's like your only option. The next few years, they opened up the engine regulations, and then it's all the same size fuel cell. Same tires, same wheels. Yeah,
And then
So-
everything else is run it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's super cool, and I
Yeah.
mean like, and I it has always bummed me out that like I'll look at when I was a kid growing up, and like Gran Turismo 1 came out.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, wait, these cars are real, and it's like, oh yeah, but we just don't get them.
Yeah.
My sister's boyfriend was like into Subarus at that time, and
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, we just don't get them over here.
He's like, oh yeah, the version 3 WRX. you
Yeah,
could play
we don't-
in
we
Gran
don't get
Turismo
that
2.
here.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we didn't get that there. We didn't get that here.
Yeah, we got a
And-
base model Brighton coupe, but we didn't get a
Right.
version 3 WRX,
Yeah.
coupe or something like that.
And so
22B or
but then I was
whatever.
like looking at Ford's offerings, and I'm like, what?
You're like, man, an XB Falcon looks dope as shit.
So cool.
And you're like, man, I want that Ford.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, we
A
didn't
Kazi
get that.
Escort? Yeah. Like they had so many cool cars that we never got, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, screw you hippies. Like I thought like you guys were us, like Merca, right? Like
Yeah.
Ford
Yeah.
Merca.
Right.
Yeah,
No?
no. GM Australia, Ford Australia, they were
Yeah.
not messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FPV and
HSV for
Yeah.
Holden.
HSV, yeah.
Yeah,
All that kind of stuff. Well, and you'll notice too, like manufacturers are now moving to world chassis.
World chassis.
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm making
Yeah,
me really
which
happy.
means like on one hand, like the aftermarket industry is going to explode because that opens up the entire world to
Yeah.
build their kinds of parts
Yeah.
for a chassis that everybody gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like now you've opened up, like you buy a new car that's, people have grabbed a hold of in Australia. Now you can start using some of the parts that these crazy bastards have been building
Yeah.
from
Well,
down
and
under.
I think it's good too. Even obviously for aftermarket, but also just for replacement parts.
Right,
Because now
because you
you're
have all
not-
these other factories
Yes.
across the world that are repopping these things
Right.
specific
Yeah.
to their own vehicles.
Yeah.
Now they just go to one standard.
Yeah.
Yep.
And and it's like, and then more people are competing to make these like aftermarket OEM replacement parts.
Right.
And I think that's really good overall. So I'm very, very happy with like the global chassis. I think that's a smart move, and and I'm also very happy to see manufacturers working together to make good cars, because I've always thought I'm like, what if you had like you combined like a German and Japanese and Italian,
Yeah.
and you take basically what
Like-
every car manufacturer does best,
Yeah, and then
and
just
you
put it
build one car out of that.
That would be great.
It would be like there'd be like world peace.
Yeah.
It'd
At
be
least
like
in the
everyone,
auto industry
Yep.
until somebody lost.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, that'd be like everyone like all nations like singing "Kumbaya"
Yeah.
and like dancing and swaying in unison.
It'd be like
around-
that old Coke commercial.
Yeah,
Like to buy the world a Coke.
yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
So, anyway,
Yep.
That's gorgeous.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
sorry, Trent, we're going to have to cut you short.
Yeah, we're
because,
gonna. Not only did you send us a lot in this one email, you sent us 2 emails with a bunch of stuff in
I
there.
thought of more.
Yes.
Oh, my God, more.
Yes.
Always more.
Always more.
Dear sweet God, some of them were
But yeah, no, and they're bangers, too. They're great.
got some good stuff.
So we're going to use this as filler for next week.
Yes.
Because we didn't also get to some news that we kind of forgot about.
oh yeah, that's our bad. I'm a rambler.
That's
I don't
all
know.
right.
That's
No,
good.
this is how we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Well, and I think all 9 of our listeners are the same way. So
They're just like, oh,
Scatterbrained.
that's shiny.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but no. So we're good.
we'll get
Okay.
to that. So we'll take this last little bit. Actually, talk to you guys. And we actually do have a question from Kyle, Torquesteer on Instagram. He asked several questions in one post. Oh, by the way, Trent and Joey both say they like pumpkin.
Oh, thank you.
That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's probably because they, you're You're just a man of mystery, Rick.
I'm antisocial, is what it is.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but it's just most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Joey just enjoyed me double fisting those beers that one night.
we all
Drinking
did.
at the same time.
That was glorious.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I think,
fun time.
like Joey, the rest of us understand and appreciate your willingness to party.
Yes. Anyway, so Kyle asks a bevy of questions, and I will fire them off.
Okay.
Why does Rick think WRXs are so much better than Evos?
I think they're not better than Evos in any way, shape, or form. I think the Evo is the superior car, without a doubt.
Okay.
I'm a Subaru fanboy.
But you're willing to accept that.
Oh, yeah.
You're backing the wrong horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. An Evo, in almost every respect, the Evo is so much better. I just like Subarus more.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to back that one up.
Yeah.
I mean, the easiest cars I've ever fucking worked on have been
Yeah,
Subarus,
and
I'm not going to lie.
And I like that Subarus have always been the underdog. They have very, very humble beginnings.
Yeah.
And they've always retained some form of humbleness. And
their humility resonates.
yeah, that's my big reason for
That's why
for
it's still
liking it.
305 horsepower.
And they're quirky cars.
But they do a lot with that 305.
Oh, yeah.
It's like me.
Yeah. Let's see. Will RallySport be staying in Utah, or will they follow in the footsteps of Cobb and leave this state?
I don't think we'd ever leave Utah.
No.
Good.
We have a different warehouse in Kentucky
Yeah.
for East Coast shipping, but as far as the headquarters of RallySport, no, I'm staying in Utah.
Something like catastrophic would have to happen in order for us to leave Utah.
Well, you guys just got that huge complex.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
huge spot over there.
Massive.
off 201 right
Yeah.
there by Wheeler Cat. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's a big step. Like if you
Oh,
guys are
it's-
filling something like
it's-
that, it's going to take it would probably
Oh,
hurt
yeah.
your business to move somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Utah's like, I mean,
It's a gateway.
yeah, and it's our it's our home, and it's our like it's not like
Well, yeah, RallySport started here.
yeah.
Yeah.
it
Started
was a
in
Utah-based
Bluffdale,
company.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember like when it was in Bluffdale, and
Yeah.
then it moved to Draper,
Yeah.
and now
Do you guys know I was RallySport's second employee?
really.
Yep.
That's
Wow.
rad.
We had very humble beginnings. We had
Yeah.
we all worked around a picnic table style, like a Costco picnic table. And then we had walls that were made out of old exhaust boxes.
Nice.
Those were the walls that separated like the shop from like the office space.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty
Wow.
good.
That is so kick-ass.
That is.
Yeah, and then to go from that to like where we're
I
at
have
now,
so much more respect for RSD after
dude.
hearing
It's
that.
it's
Yeah.
I
nuts,
had no
man.
idea.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's, a lot of people didn't,
Dude.
and even the people that did come to that old shop, like they had no idea. It's like, oh, you guys were like yeah, we were like broke.
Yeah.
crazy.
You know, like just grinding.
Yeah.
But it was good though. You know, I think it. Anyway, next question.
Next question. Let's see. What are the boys' favorite local driving roads?
Mine. Do you want to? You can go.
You go first.
Okay, mine is easily Big Cottonwood Canyon, but at like now it has to probably be like 3 or 4 a.m. Like
Yeah, when there's nobody.
when there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
used to be able to get away with it at like
yeah,
11, 12.
Yeah, there used to be like you could do it a little bit earlier and
Yeah.
it'd be fine, but now it's just
You have to go like you have to go in like FU time.
Yeah,
you
so,
know?
Yeah.
so many joggers and cyclists.
Right.
like
yeah,
you have
like-
to like plan.
Yeah.
Like you have to like go to sleep at noon and
Yeah.
then wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
But-
like that's just about any canyon road that's going up to a
It's
ski
just
resort.
yeah,
Any
which is
time
good.
period.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it. Utah's beautiful. It's like we
Yeah.
have all this like outdoor recreation and people use it, but like that was my road. Like that was like growing
Yeah, that
up.
was-
like
Those are the
You
roads
know?
that like we probably cut our teeth on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, like our-
I learned to drift on that on the S turn and
Oh yeah.
you know like late nights on a rainy night and with my dumb little S14 out there. and-
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
buddy.
I remember with my Tegra just
Yeah,
like
buddy.
harassing dudes in E36s going up and down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just non VTEC Integra, just hi guy. You know?
you learn
Yeah.
to know it like
yeah.
you know, and it just becomes. I mean, I can't
It's
count.
home court, man.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
That's
and
what it
that's
is.
that's my and it was so close to me because I
Oh,
used
yeah.
to live just right off Wasatch right there,
Yeah.
and so it was just that was my territory. Like I would
Yeah.
skip class some days and go drive up the canyon.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh dude. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yep.
what about
Rad.
you?
Mine split between two.
Okay.
For me, it's Guardsman's Pass on the way down to Heber.
That's a good one.
I like that road a lot.
That is a good
Yeah.
one.
The other one is when they actually used to maintain it would be Butterfield Canyon at night.
Oh, Butterfield
Ooh.
Canyon.
When they
Oh,
actually maintained it at night because you could
yeah.
actually see headlights of people coming.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a fun road because it also gives you that fear of like if I calculate this turn 1 inch too wrong, you're going over 300 feet.
Plus, because it is like so narrow, it makes this sense
It's got
of speed
some like
a lot
it's
higher.
got some like WRC vibe.
It
to
does.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
really got
it's raw.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
road
You're
is
driving
raw.
up the side of that mountain right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
and it's a lane and a quarter wide.
And you could die.
Like, yeah,
Yep.
There is that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Good choice.
Because I've only driven that road a handful of times, and it's always been covered in gravel and ATVs.
And during
Yeah.
the day, it's scary because sometimes there will be semi-trucks that are coming from the Tooele side, going up the dirt side,
Yeah.
coming down there. You just turn around that blind corner, and you're like, and there's a truck.
You're like, oh hey Peterbilt, how you doing?
Yeah. That was entertaining.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, those are real good. And last one is, what are your favorite cars?
I think we already know
like
Rick's
cars,
answer.
Cars I've owned.
I think it's just in general. Like,
We'll say cars
which-
you've owned, and then what's
Just
your
in-
aspirational
in-
vehicle?
yeah, it's like
general?
the fanboy whip, and then the favorite of what you used to hold the
Okay,
title to.
so I have like probably 3 of my own cars that have been my favorite for different reasons. Probably like tied between 1 and 2 is Miata and a BRZ for different reasons.
Yeah.
And then my swapped GC that I
Nice.
had. I really like that. And then like favorite like aspirational car.
Yeah, like what's the thing you just like, money's no object, I
What's-
can
yeah,
have
what's
it.
the car goal?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like I would have so many cars. Like it
Well,
would be embarrassing.
You're,
But like
Well-
you're in good company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
like-
in good company.
Well, we did this little thought experiment some months ago, me and Dave
Yes.
did. And it was like you win some crazy huge like lotto.
Yeah, FU
jackpot.
money, yeah.
you have like $250 million.
what do you get?
Well, and it's not what do you get, because you can get damn near anything you want. But the house you have, you can only have 5 cars there. What are your 5?
That's a good restriction.
Yeah. And it was, I think we both had.
oh god, we had to narrow it down. Like we both picked like a truck.
Yeah, we both.
We picked like some commuter piece of shit, some like SUV for doing dumb things.
Yeah,
and
like-
then just some mental ass like supercars and
Or-
then something to mod the hell out of.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, I think
No, that's actually like
yeah.
pretty realistic as far as like what I would probably do like a big SUV or something. You
Yeah.
know, just something like oh, I hit that curb. Oh, I think so. You
Yeah.
know, like that. You
Yeah,
know,
well, it was like for example,
Everybody
like,
needs an excursion or an
Yeah.
expedition.
yeah,
right?
like I did. I think I had like a Volvo S90, one of those brand new
Yeah.
ones, because those are just gorgeous. Another Mark III Supra, except with an LS in it, because why not?
like you do.
Yeah, a GTI, like a Mark 7 GTI with the DSG and the tartan
For-
plaid. You know,
yeah, for daily.
yeah, just to get around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, then like a brand new like Ram 3500 dually, gooseneck and all, and then I can't remember what my other one was. I think it was something. Yeah, it was something else, something dumb.
Some
but-
exotic something or other.
yeah, it was it was something like kind of exotic. I think I said like an Aston Martin or something.
You know what's funny?
it was-
Because I was almost embarrassed to say like mine, because like normally people would expect you to be like, oh, I want a Hurricane or something.
No.
I want like a nutty like Brabus Mercedes. Just
Yeah,
something that's so stupid and
Yeah.
so like
That'd be legit.
right.
the
It's just
sense.
like oh yeah, and I would like want it like a little bit more built than what it comes from the factory. So it's
Yeah.
like it has like 1500 wheel torque.
Yeah, just
Like
it's
just some stupid number.
It's a
Kids,
hate-
notice he said torque.
yeah,
yeah.
Yes.
Fuck your horsepower aspirations. Torque.
yeah. It's one of those like the old joke, like I have so much torque, if I come off the clutch too quickly, the earth will start spinning the other way.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I want it to be scary, but if I'm
Yeah.
just like if I have it on cruise control, I'm just like
We're good.
yeah, like this,
Yeah.
and then you just have that like instant, just that fat torque band in that thing. So it's
Yeah.
just it's like
it's
wherever
it's
you're
your,
at.
It's your right foot
Yeah,
that goes from, docile to asshole.
yeah, because
Yeah.
then I have like your modded, because then I would love like because I hate myself, I want an RX-7 with a rotary.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I want to modify it, and it's like
Hey man, I feel
Something
you. I've
super-
owned 13 RX-7s.
yeah,
I get
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
I
like
get
something
it.
super high strung and just high maintenance, and that it just like it literally needs you to like bleed for it,
Yeah.
And
like,
then it'll like you.
It's like living with an angry house cat. It's like you hate it.
It's like
it
living
hates
with
you.
like an angry house lion or a tiger or something.
Like you just
some pissed off cheetah that's just sitting there,
just like
licking your coffee table, and you're like, no.
It's a
no.
it's a relationship built on a foundation of mutual hatred.
Yeah. Really.
Oh,
exactly
so we're
it.
talking like Chihuahuas now.
Where it's just like,
What about the pumpkin?
Yeah, pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin.
I like every car I've owned.
Okay.
I've literally the only cars that have left me have either been totaled, and that's it.
All right.
I haven't sold the car.
Wow.
So, for aspirations, unrealistic aspiration, F40.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Solid
That's a solid choice.
Realistic aspiration. Oh no, I'd probably have to go again with like an FD RX-7.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like those.
They're a sexy car.
Yeah.
I hate myself enough. Like I've been a Jazz fan my entire life, so what's more with a little more pain?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
fine with
Totally
that.
get an FD and leave the Doritos in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're a self-loathing masochist, aren't you?
Exactly.
Oh, buddy.
All right.
Well, we're all the same color on these couches, buddy.
Yeah. At least
Yep.
at least we're in good company.
You're in good company.
Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
was that it on the?
That was
at
it.
least that we have time for.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, I mean,
we
nobody.
threw this way hard.
I mean, nobody else really like asked a question. They just said, stuff like Ty Jareb said, have like pizza rolls and hot pockets and vodka and Everclear ready for pumpkin.
No.
Yeah.
Not today.
No.
Next
So-
time.
Yeah.
When we're in our new studio,
Yes.
we'll have like little like bowls of like snacky snacks and shots of alcohol and.
When I can make other alcoholics like kind of like scared from how much I can drink, that's when you know you're good.
Yeah. One real last quick thing. Our buddy Luke wanted us to talk about distracted driving because, somebody almost killed his brother or something. I'm trying to read it in his email.
So Luke, just to let you know. Go ahead.
Lastly, about 5 months ago, my brother was almost killed by a distracted driver, and he wanted me to get with you guys to talk about how the slightest distraction can change lives forever. And that's
Well, I agree 100% because
Yeah, me
I've
too.
honestly been on both sides of that.
Mhm.
I've been that clueless asshole, and
Yeah.
I feel terrible about it. And I've also been the person that's almost got murked by somebody texting.
oh yeah.
Like, I get it, and it's dumb. Like, I think we're
Like,
all enthusiasts enough to where we take enough of an enjoyment driving
Yeah.
to where we want to focus on driving.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing, but people that just do it to go from point A to point B, I think, try to fill their time, and that's bad news.
Yeah, and that's
What do you guys think?
yeah.
No,
I'll let you go first because I can drop a bombshell.
Okay. No,
Okay.
I agree 100%. I
He's
mean,
loading the nuke.
I think distracted driving is just absolutely horrible,
Yeah.
And I see it all the time. And I actually have a dash cam, specifically.
Probably smart.
Yeah,
I almost
and-
feel like we're turning into Russia.
No, it
Like
really
the
is.
shit I
Not-
see in traffic.
We need to
not
get
like
dash
people are
cams.
trying to
Yeah.
like scam you or anything.
No, but it's like just
but you just see the dumbest things, and so like there's obviously certain things that the dash cam won't pick up,
Right.
like getting on 215 or whatever we got
Yeah.
on today, and there was a lady and she was like kind of driving a little, and as I was going up past her, I see she was like looking down at her cell phone. So I just said out loud, I'm like, Black Mazda looking at her cell phone just in case anything happens. So it's like there's audio.
Yeah.
So it's like if something does
Like,
happen,
yeah,
it's
tagged
like
it.
it's like yeah, I saw her. Like I have, it's not just like oh yeah, she was looking at her cell phone because that it still seems like the classic excuse for, whatever. Like, but it's like true though. You see people looking at their cell phones all the time.
I see it way too much.
oh yeah.
And
yeah.
not even like because I notice like it's like I take Uber a lot, and like they always have them up on the dash. I'm like that's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
right there. It's just like looking at your radio. It's like radios are distracting enough. If you're like, what's that? I want my Mariah Carey
Or whatever.
Like
Yeah.
I was just on what station.
Yeah.
You're looking
Yeah, no,
down.
I get
Yeah.
it.
But there is
Yeah.
a difference between like kind of almost just like mashing a button like that rather than like forming a thought, typing it with your thumbs, double checking the spelling, doing all those stuff like while you're looking at a screen, for some reason to me that seems so different than just like looking at a radio station.
No, I agree. I think unless you're easily like target fixated,
right?
Which
Yeah.
I know a lot of people actually are. They have target fixation, but most, like if it's like there in the console or like they're still within your frame of vision,
Yeah, you can kind of
you could do what you're doing with it and still have a good idea of what's going on in front of
And
you.
holding your cell phone up in front of your face doesn't count.
No.
absolutely
And that's the
does
other.
not.
I was just gonna
because
say,
then you forget everything that is behind that.
Yeah, it's just
cell
like,
phone,
Yeah.
and you're looking at that little screen.
Yeah.
Got
And that's when shit happens.
television.
Yeah.
No,
you know,
that's
it's
exactly
like
what it
it's
is.
and
Yeah.
so that, and I see that way too often because it's bad enough. Like you'll see people like look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, and it's like at least you're trying.
Yeah.
You're trying not to be a complete. But then it's like that's bad enough. But then you have the people where, like, I'm like I just.
It's like the people that like go 3 whole exits without looking up. It's like, how are they still in the lane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they not asshole that FedEx truck they've been tailgating?
Yeah.
Right. It's like they get super lucky every time. It's like, do you not,
Serious.
when your butthole puckers when you look up and you are like 8 feet away from that car in front of you, like, does that not make you think like, hey, maybe I should pay attention? Or does that reinforce your idea that like, I've got this? See, I've got
I think
this.
that's a big problem. I think it's
I'm still good.
reaffirmation that they're better than their nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone thinks they're great drivers, right?
Yeah. Nobody shits.
Well, I
nobody
mean,
thinks their shit stinks.
I know some Chinese folks that are like, oh yeah, totally know I'm a shitty driver. Still
There
do it
are
anyway.
some people.
But
Yeah.
no, that
Yeah.
was totally racist.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
But no, like, I think most of us, especially as an enthusiast, like, we really do think, we're...
Yeah, like, we can.
And it's not even like I would say like 90% of people who are like experienced on track could probably whoop my ass on track. You know where I pride myself in is that I'm a very observant driver when I'm on the
Yeah.
road. Like I try to always pay attention to who's in my 360 degrees.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, how fast they're
Yeah.
going, who's merging on.
Totally just reminded me too. Sorry. Didn't like Road and Track or Car and Driver or something do something with like Randy Pobst, where like he drove a lap around a track, and then had to drive the same lap around a track
While texting?
sending texts.
Yeah, and it was like,
And he's like driving over rumble strips and like coming close to the wall, like hit the kitty litter a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And he's just like, wow, yeah, I'm really trying right now, and this is terrible.
yeah,
like,
because it's either
that's a
one
race
or the
driver.
other. Yeah.
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 So-
those things take such different portions of
Oh,
your
yeah.
brain
Oh, yeah.
and
Totally.
all of your focus.
Yeah.
Like, you see people even just simply walking down the street that'll walk into something because they're sending a text.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or they'll fall down a drain or something dumb,
Yeah.
because they're looking down texting.
See, and I'm dumb enough, like, I don't even need a cell phone in my hand to, like, do dumb things, But
and
like,
I don't think you're the minority.
like,
No.
most I think human beings, inherently are just kind of clumsy. We're kind of like, like we stand awkwardly and we're just kind of, we're easily distracted because we have a lot of shiny things going on around us at all times anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
lots of
it's-
bells, lots of whistles.
lots of pretty things.
Lots of that shit.
Yeah, like
Pretty shiny
like,
things.
yeah, and then you finally do see nature, and you're like, wow, I haven't seen a bird in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Look how shiny it is.
Yeah, you're like, wow, I didn't know pine needles were needles. Like, I thought those were just leaves rolled up. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
you're like, I better tell someone on Tumblr about this.
Yeah.
No,
But no, I really want to hear Pumpkin's his
Yeah.
Yeah, drop some truth on us, Pumpkin.
Okay, I will say distracted driving is just as bad as drunk driving.
yeah.
I agree,
with that.
100%.
And I will say distracted driving was one of the causes that actually killed my dad.
Oh, well,
So-
that is
that's
a-
a fucking mic drop.
So,
Mm.
my father was killed instantly by a driver at 5:30 on a February morning who did not have his headlights on, going 20 over the speed limit, and distracted.
Wow.
So, my take on distracted driving, it can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Because you'd still have your dad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn, that's fucked.
Yeah.
So, on that
And-
bombshell,
Well.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
add anything after that.
N-
That's
I don't
just-
think any of us can hit that.
No.
So,
Well.
Luke, we're glad your brother's here.
Yeah.
Yep.
exactly.
Especially, I'm assuming this is Little John. I think that's the brother he's talking about.
Sure.
But
You just have to drive defensive nowadays more than ever.
Yeah.
seriously, it's a game. It's always you versus everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, you're in traffic, you can kind of see that person in that right lane. You're like, that dude's coming over. So you just stay
Yeah.
back a little
Yeah.
bit. You need to see them come over.
Yep.
Yep.
You just need to know what to look for.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Stay out of everyone's way.
Yeah. And also, adjust your mirrors
unfortunate.
properly.
Yeah,
Commute at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it happens. It happens way too often, and I don't even think people even pay attention to the road signs that are up
Lord,
on the freeway every day. 46 people died since Memorial Day on Utah roadways. It's like I don't think people realize the gravity of that.
No,
they don't.
That's people's parents or their brothers or their sisters.
That's why we need the driverless cars. Like,
yeah.
No, I think
praying
that's
for
why
that
we
day.
need way better driver education. I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
people
that
need
too.
to focus.
Oh,
I mean-
me and Rick went on a tangent like that for like 20 minutes.
I think
One of
we
our
would all
lives.
have some great discussions on that. That's
yeah.
for another
that's
time.
for
I'm
another
sure.
time. Yeah.
We're
Let's,
probably already at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's see. We
yeah,
can see
bring
this.
bring that winder on up.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah,
it's
we're
past my
about
bedtime.
Yeah, we're about 2 hours now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
whatever.
Perfect.
So
That's all good.
yeah.
So.
So
Okay,
Well, thanks for inviting us over
No
here
problem.
and
Yeah.
feeding us. And
we love
yeah,
having you
no
guys.
problem at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. Yeah. Catch Rick being internet famous on all the RallySport Direct videos.
yes,
Facebook.
follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat,
Yeah.
Tumblr, Twitter,
Yeah, it's all.
whatever the other tie,
Whatever
all
it
of
is.
them. All of them.
Yeah.
all of the social media platforms. But we are definitely most active probably on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you're gonna follow us on anything, follow us on there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just RallySport Direct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then even on Instagram, we do some kind of fun behind the scenes type stuff. It's not always hey, buy some stuff.
No.
Although you should buy some stuff. But
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
because I like my job and I
Well, a
like-
new
I
thing
like
that we started
money.
on YouTube was the featured picks.
Yeah, so that's We'll yeah. It's-
That's actually cool.
yeah, we won't talk sell stuff here.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll keep it real.
Yeah, cool. But
Keep
yeah.
it OG.
Yeah. Follow these guys.
Yeah.
Keep them
You
employed.
could totally talk sales stuff if we get a sponsorship.
I mean,
yeah.
support local.
Pay me.
I mean, I don't want to bring up the 7 or 8 times I've applied to be the product photographer and got shot down unceremoniously every time.
It's funny. A lot of
No.
people ask me
I will
how'd
tell you, it's way random.
Yeah.
Oh
it
yeah,
seems
no,
quite random.
I
but,
figured that.
yeah.
I got a phone interview and I'm like, well, progress.
Some people are they look at other people whatever. You just got lucky.
It's no.
that really is my
I've-
life. I've just gotten
Oh, yeah,
a
no.
series of weird coincidences that have just led me to
Yeah,
where I am. Because
yeah.
I don't even think I've actually told my boss I'm there are people way more qualified for this than I am.
Yeah, if you're not if anybody's trying to discount luck as something that is a real thing and has real effect on their lives,
Or just dumb coincidence.
it's just no, I just need to work harder. No, you can work
Yeah.
as hard as you want, but if you don't have that little bit of luck, all your hard work's going to be for absolutely nothing.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
We
so,
out.
yeah, follow them on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the things.
And thanks for 2 hours of awesomeness.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks
Thanks
to
for
everyone listening.
Yeah.
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 And then also follow us
Follow
on the
us on-
associated stuffs.
Yes, on our social
yeah,
medias.
huh, yeah.
Mhm.
Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, occasionally Snapchat when I'm posting pictures of the Armco out at UMC creaking because the sun is hitting it and it is expanding and being very creepy and weird
Yeah. At
Yeah.
CAMautoMag.
I don't
Yep.
miss that.
on all those. And then, I mean, it was creepy, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And then, we're still slinging the T-shirts, teespring.com/CAMautoMag-shirts. It's just the, our logo done up by Jose Mendez, that red logo that you see at the top of our website and in the bottom right-hand corner of all of our photos.
Yep.
They're $22 or $23 plus shipping. No, $22 plus shipping. We've got them in 5 colors: white, black, blue, gray, and what they call gold. It's kind of like a deep yellow, something like that. All sorts of
Instead
sizes
gold,
available.
we'll say goldenrod.
Yes, goldenrod.
And they actually just told me today that for every T-shirt you buy, you get 5 entries into winning a Hurricane diecast.
Yeah, sure. There we go. We'll go with that. Whatever. I mean,
Are you supplying the diecast?
It's a 1/52nd scale.
I mean, so long as somebody else is keeping track. This is the first I'm hearing of it. But
So we're giving away a Micro Machines that doesn't exist.
yes, we are.
I
Yeah.
dig it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
or
miss those.
me too. Micro Machines worth of shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, but and then Yeah, we are also on YouTube. We're gonna have a new BroCam thing coming out. Well, probably out by the time that you are hearing this from the rained out Salt City Drift event, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rain.
Yes. But yeah. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Mike.
I've been the professor.
And we've been joined by Rick and Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right, kids.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
And now our
Thanks,
signature fade out.
You got to just say dumb things.